give cats cannon low. We spill the tea, we spill the wine. Have the stories it goes in half a mind. We laugh, we cry, we overstand too long. Podcast never be now, just double the crutch. Double trouble live, with twice the mess. Double trouble live, no stress, just yes. We got hot takes, bad breaks, and zero seal. Double trouble live, coming at you for the thrill. Oh yeah, double trouble live.
What's going on? I thought we needed some music to start the show.
Oh, right up my alley. A little bit of headbanging music there. I love it. This isn't going to top that, but we always need to do a little intro video, so stand by.
Howdy, partner. Ready for some trouble? You bet. Let's shoot the breeze. Yeehaw!
Now offered at the Great Race Place. $3 late pick 3 featuring the last 3 races. $5 late double on the last 2 races. Both with a player-friendly 15% takeout. Every race day at Santa Anita Park.
Howdy, partner. Ready for some trouble? You bet. Let's shoot the breeze. Yeehaw!
Can we just do this all day?
Yep. We're just going to end up being on the Cartoon Network eventually with all our memes and songs and nonsense.
I feel like this is going to be your year, Ciaran. You're going to win an Eclipse Award for best live stream content, and you're going to win a Grammy for best new artist.
We are a live gambling entertainment show. We don't want to be just reading the form.
We're just like the NFL. We're a gambling entertainment show.
We're here to have some drinks, have some fun, and wager and make some money. I mean, that's the whole idea behind the show. So let's get going. We got to get out of the weekend, Frank. We started off strong and we flopped yesterday.
You were a man of that many talents. In addition to being the CGO, Chief Gambling Officer of Double Trouble Live, he's also an accomplished musician.
And
handicapper. So let's get to business.
All right.
What do you got for us?
Pretty chalky today. I mean, I'm alive in a chalky pick 5, which is not too shabby. I singled that last race, but I mean, into this race, we're looking at number 2, which I think we both thought. I glanced at your picks, Frank. I think you were All About Prime, and oh no, you were 4, right? How Lovely. Is that the one you really liked?
That's the problem, Ciaran. You glanced at them. You needed to study them. You can't just glance at my picks. You needed to study them. I was actually 4-2 with my A's here.
Yeah,
4-2 with my A's and 5-1-6 with my B's.
Yeah, when I came to this one, I kind of went back and forth. But when you look at my tickets, everything was around the 4, and then I have the other horses I thought had a chance, your 4 and the 1. And I thought, after I did this, I went back and I was like, am I really just trying to find a long shot just so I don't want to bet another chalk? But I ended up landing my long shot. If I was to say my second choice in this race was the 5 Needlepoint. And I thought the reason I kind of upgraded it was what we saw with the track profile yesterday, Frank. And then again with the rails today are out at 20 feet. So I thought, it's going to favor those who are close to the front. And
I agree. I got so caught up in all the excitement and the new theme song and all the fun stuff that we've been doing. I forgot to introduce the show.
Oh, geez.
Mary just came out here and she's like, you guys, like if people are watching, they're going, what is going on here? Anyway, welcome everyone. Welcome Double Trouble Live Crew, DTL Crew. I'm Frank Scatoni. I am with the Chief Gambling Officer of the show and a creative force in his own right, Ciaran Thornton. Tell new watchers what's going on here. We're Double Trouble Live.
We're Double Trouble Live. We are a wagering show, and we do it live. And we're focused on low takeout bets. And what that means is we get great value for our bets. That's all we do. We do the all-turf pick 3, the late pick 3, and the late double, and they're higher minimums, and the takeout is only 15%, so it's extra money in our pocket.
Well, speaking of that, the all-turf, the handle yesterday was through the roof.
Up over 33% from last year. Right? I mean, it's a great bet, especially. I mean, we've seen it kind of chalky so far, but that will not last. And the reason we really like the thought of this all turf pick 3 is that's usually where you see the most chaos is in the turf, and it will reward us eventually for our handicapping when we start getting some prices.
Right. Well, to your point, Ciaran, even though it's been a little chalky, it still has paid consistently well over the equivalent $3 parlay. So for people who don't know what that necessarily means, I'll explain it to you. You play your $3 all turf pick 3, you're locked in. You get your horses, you get your prices, you get your payout based on that specific pool. If you did a traditional parlay, you'd bet your $3 to win on the horse. You take your money, you take all that money, you'd bet it to win on the next horse, take the money, and then do it again. So in other words, you're making 3 separate win bets with your bankroll that you got back from the previous wager. The reason why that's not the greatest idea in the world is because you're paying the takeout each time, right? You're paying the win takeout each time for each wager. With the all turf pick 3, you're playing one takeout, and it's a low 15%, and these bets are paying way more than that equivalent win parlay. We also see it with the late pick 3, which might be the best one of the group because those always pay significantly more. And then, of course, our flagship bet, the late double for Double Trouble Live, is also always paying more. So you got to get involved. I mean, it's just too good of an opportunity not to.
And I mean, the pick 3 has been out for a while now, which is why I think it's taken the leadership flag. But I think the more we talk about the all turf, and when we start seeing gigantic pays that we know are coming on this all turf, it's a matter of time, especially on turf. I mean, we're just, the early runners are coming now. We're going to start seeing some chaos now. The reins are gone and more horses coming. And the fields get bigger, so it's going to be good going forward.
Absolutely, and we'll get started today. One of the things we like to do on the show is we like to look where the money's at in various pools. We'll start off looking at the will pays, Ciaran, from the previous race into this race. The double favorite combination, if you had the winner of the last race into this race, is the 2. No surprise there at 9-5 on the morning line, paying $9.40. Pretty significant favorite in the double pool. The 1 is next at $19.20, and it's pretty similar throughout. The pick 3, the pick 4, and the pick 5. And is the tote reflecting that? Yeah, even money on the 2, prime and ready. Why don't you put your picks up there, Ciaran, so we can take a look and see who you're using in this race? And I'm going to put mine at the bottom so we can look at them kind of concurrently. And everybody else out there, let us know who you guys are playing, who you like. If you have any questions on any horse that you see on our screen.
I did not upload it yet, Frank. Let me just share this. Can I share the screen and you do yours as well?
Yeah, we'll try it. I mean, I think so. I'm all about the 4-2 here on my A tickets, and then I have the 5-1-6 as my backup. Yeah, there you go. We can see your low takeout up top there. You have $18 singling the 2, then a $9 singling the 2, and then that's funny. You're 5-4-1 on 5-1-6 on my B line. So we're very, very similar. The only difference is with the A horses, I'm using the 4 and the 2 equally. You're just using the 2. You're planting a flag with the 2 on your A tickets, right?
Yeah. I mean, I thought if this one doesn't go, I mean, I even have the spread ticket with the 5-4-1, but I thought, this one just looks really, really good. We've got Hara for belt. I mean, the trainer is ice cold, but the horse has the perfect kind of profile for this race. Stalker speed. And I thought as long as the jockey stays close, you don't want to be too far behind. The drop in class, everything just points to it being a strong single is what I thought, and we're seeing that on the board. And, O'Neill's got the number 4 in here, which I think you like, and I thought, well... No,
that's Knapp. Steve Knapp claimed off O'Neill.
Oh, claimed off O'Neill, but I mean...
But that was when O'Neill was cold, remember?
Correct, and that's why when I had that as a secondary one, I was like, was claimed off O'Neill right before he started winning everything under the sun. Right. And that was a 20K claimer that he claimed it off Knapp, and now they're jumping it up to 50K. So he's liking what he's seeing. It was just the turnaround.
Yeah. And Knapp's one of the best off the claim. Like, the guy's phenomenal. And he puts up an aggressive jock, and Maldonado rides through the claim, which is what really, like, those little subtle things to me made this horse look not necessarily a standout, like he's the most likely winner, but from a value perspective. You know, I thought 9-2 was a good price. What is he on the tote? 5-1. So I think that's great value in this race. Your 5 backup needlepoint, 9-2. That horse is on my tickets as well. Is there anyone we're not using? I think between the two of us, we have everything covered.
I mean, I would have really upgraded the 5, and I've said it before. Not if I just wish it had a new jockey. You know what I mean? Just a change of jockeys, I think, would be good.
But you know, instead of the change of jockey, there's a change of equipment.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
blinkers on.
That's shaking things up.
And that's why it plays, because you want to be in the front. So they really want this horse to go to the front, and it has blistering speed. I mean, going a mile here in June and October, this horse was just flying. So for the way the turf course is playing, that's why I ended up using it on a ticket.
Well, yeah, you make a good point. But then again, there is some other speed in here, right? So maybe the race falls apart, and a deep closer like Cotonia off a gazillion-year layoff comes and gets it. I thought this was a tricky race. I didn't think it was as simple as just the 2, even though on paper the 2 looks like a standout. But while we're putting tickets together for people out there, you got to play this bet real quick. We got to go through the rest of the sequence. It looks like you're leave that up there if you don't mind, because I want to see you're singling the 2 in the middle leg, as am I. But I also have the 4 and 3 on a backup ticket.
Yeah, and I've got 4, 3, and 6 on a backup ticket. Oh no, wait, no, I'm looking at my.
Yeah, the 1.
Yeah, I've got the 1 as my backup in that race.
So that's funny. I don't have that 1 in there. I'm a joker, really. You think wire to wire, maybe?
Well, I thought Barrios for O'Neill, bullet work, save all the ground on the inside post, and then this is another one where I said this horse just has to be close and stalk. And I thought people would downgrade the horse just saying, it's not going to, never race this far. But I don't think the distance is an issue, because if you look at that 11 furlong at Del Mar, the horse just got blocked and came full of run. So I think for one, if I was forced to find one, that was the best one I could find. I'm a joker.
Okay, fair enough. My problem with that horse was class issues. I don't think the horse is in the same class as some of the others. But that being said, O'Neill is pushing all the right buttons. Yes. He's pointed all, we talk about this all the time, how trainers, it's a very cyclical game, right? You have your stock in your barn, you look at the condition book, and you figure out what spots you're going to point to. So you have your horses ready for those spots, and you win. Then you got to find new conditions for them, right? So you kind of run through your conditions with your barn. You got to regroup and start over. So, we saw that with O'Neill. He was a little, I wouldn't say cold, but he was just kind of average for a while. And then this meet started. He has his barn ready to fire their best efforts at this meet. And we've seen that.
They're firing away.
Yeah, so maybe the class won't be so much of an issue for that horse, but I thought it was. But anyway, it's really all about the 2. And then in the last leg, do we have any commonality? 5-1. You have 5-1. I'm 5-5-5. And then 5-1-6. So yeah, it's all the same, but I guess it's a matter of the way whoever's going to win, if we're both right, is who structured their tickets better.
Correct. Yeah, I mean, when I first looked at it, I was like, the Ventry stand for Sadler dropping in class, they're 30%. When Sadler drops, like he drops with a purpose. He's not like trying to clear the barn. He wants to get paid too, like 40%.
Right.
The one I landed on the 1. Won the debut race, heavily bet, and the jockey is the one who won that last, Escobedo, who won that last leg yesterday. They get Lasix today, early speed, and the jockey is 6 of 13 as well for the trainer. So I was like, you know what? I don't think we're just going to roll through with chalks all day long. This is a good backup to the chalk, I thought.
Yeah, I agree too. I mean, I think Ventry stand is obviously the most likely winner, but, it's been a little far. I know those were 5 furlong races, but it's been pretty far off the pace in those turf sprints. You don't want to be too far back in a 6-horse field, right? In a turf sprint on the flat turf course going 6 furlongs. So That is actually a little bit of a jockey race, I think.
Yes,
which
absolutely.
makes it very interesting, right?
Oh, it's gonna totally be down to who's feeling it in that race.
All right. I know you always like to say like it's even though the next race isn't officially part of the show because it's not part of any of the low takeout wagers that we're discussing, we still like to look at the pools and the probables going into the next race to see if there are any sneaky combinations with horses in the first leg that we may have overlooked, right? We want to see, if there's a 4-3 combo that's paying more than we both think it should, then maybe the 4 is taking a little sneaky money.
Actually, you know what I'm kind of shocked at, Frank? You know who's taken all the money? The 2 into the 6 is paying $5. I actually thought number 2 would end up going favorite in that next leg. So that's interesting to me. I was all about, if this was a low takeout, road rules, Hara for Sadler, they're all dropping. I mean, all these horses in the next leg are dropping from 50 to 12K. And this horse costs $60,000. In the next leg, the number 2, Frank, cost $60K, ran once, and they're dumping it for $12,500. And I thought, bad race. None of the other ones are reliable. I mean, Sadler is 0 for 6 dropping multiple classes, which I actually thought was interesting because usually when he drops, he drops with a purpose. I know,
but not multiple classes. He's looking to get rid of them, right?
He's looking to get rid of it, but he is a trainer who, when he places it, he's not like, guys, we're clearing it out. It's guys, we're going to clear it out and get some money back. Pay the bills.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm not really interested in wagering in that race myself, but I do want to look again at the probables. So the 2 here is the favorite. So the 6 you said $5. The 2 is $28. Do you think you might get involved?
I don't know. I did yesterday. I mean, there's a stat Brad Free talked about it, I think, in his write-up today. He was like, Pipey in the next race, when he drops like this, he's 17. He's 11 for 17 with maiden claimer favorites. And it looks like the 6 is going to go off as the favorite. You know what I mean? Like, you never know with the morning lines, but looking at this will pay, the 6 is absolutely going to be the favorite in the next leg. So I don't know if I want to get involved today on this one, even though I want
to take a quick look at the imputed double odds on optics to see if anyone in this first race to start the all turf took any sneaky money. So Prime Ready obviously is the favorite. Well, I'll tell you right, the one Cotonia is the second choice in the imputed double odds. Let's talk about that horse for a second.
And the pick 3, Frank, going into this race, 2 is the favorite at $21. The 1 is paying $26. So that whoever bet this is hedging as well going out of this race with, and putting some win money on this 1.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at to see who else was taking the money, and it would be the 1. Look, I think Ron Ellis is a phenomenal trainer. He's been one of the best to do it for a very long time. But if you look, I mean, this horse is coming off a year-plus layoff, was running in route races, was a million miles back. I don't know. I'm not saying the horse can't win. I did not want to take a short price on a horse who might be prepping for next time.
I mean, my notes on it, and the reason I've got it on a backup ticket, I was like, well, you got the rail, shortest way around the track.
Right, that's true.
Just go and say, come catch me, and the horse has a sharp work. And,
but she doesn't have enough speed to go. She's going to get buried.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, that
was my concern with that one. But anyway, you and I both thought the same thing. Like, Prime and Ready is the one that the race goes through. I said I also have the 4 as an A, but neither one of us was so confident that we were like going to single the 2 and move on. You have a backup ticket with the 5 and the 1, and I think the 6, and I have the same thing. So, actually, we have one horse that's different. I have let me see who I have as my saver backup. I have the 516, and I think you have the 514.
Yeah, 514, and you 516, correct.
But I have the 4 as an A. So I think, is there anyone we don't have? Are we going to get out of this race alive?
The 3, but at least I think if the 3 wins with DeMora, what can we say? You know what I mean? I think we have enough coverage, Frank, where one of us should get out of this leg.
Don't mush it. This always happens. If you use all but one, who's the one who wins? All right, they're loading into the gate. Get your all-turf pick 3 in, man. This is one of the best bets out there. In fact, we actually started doing our show earlier because we wanted to include the coverage of this bet because Ciaran and I play it all the time, and there's just such great value. All right, they're about to go off. Good luck, everybody. I'm putting up the do not disturb sign. Good luck.
Wow.
Your camera's a little blurry there, Ciaran.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the camera.
Little Vaseline on the lens. It's like romance time over there at the Thornton household. This is a PG show, my friend. There you go. Well, you know what? We talked about Cotonia and say I didn't like the horse at the price.
The pick 3 money. The pick 3 money, they were betting that one, and they followed it up with win money. And that's one thing to look at. Like when you see a horse that's really almost paying as much as a chalk, and then they hammer it on the win money as well, they're double dipping on it.
But yes, I agree. Both of us used that horse on our backup ticket even before we saw the money. Made me like it a little. What?
I was going to say my big ticket's down, but when I did my ticket, I thought some people might go, "What? Why is he doing the ticket he's doing?" But I ended up.
What's wrong with that?
When I did mine, I was all about the 2, and then iffy on the next one, and then my third one right here, I ended up. It cost more than my other 2 bets, but now I should be looking good because I've got my backups and my backups, and my 3 choices in the last leg. So at least I'm alive to the last leg now. And I mean, the one bad thing is we didn't get the price we thought we would with the one, unfortunately.
I know. I didn't think you thought the one was going to be a price. It was second choice.
Oh, actually, I didn't notice that he went off at 7-2 because it was down to. I thought when we were getting close, it was 5-2. So that's actually
a better price than I thought we were going to get because I was shocked that the morning line was so low, to be honest with you. But we saw the money in the double and the pick 3 pool. So we're going to talk about macro strategy for a little bit. The other great thing about these wagers, because of the higher minimum, and Ciaran and I talk about this all the time, and we'll walk you through how we structure these. You have to be sharp about your handicapping. You can't just buy races for 50 cents a horse. You know what I mean? Like it gets expensive when it's a $3 minimum. So you have to be targeted with your handicapping. And that doesn't mean just like, landing on horses you think can win. You have to not only do that, but then you have to kind of grade them. You have to list them. And Ciaran likes to list them in order of preference. I do my ABC matrix for the Santa Anita website, but it's essentially the same exact thing. You want to make sure your bets are structured according to your opinion. And the great thing about these wagers is because they always pay more than the parlay, you can be creative with your ticket structures. So as you saw with both Ciaran and I's prime bets, most of our action was going through our A horses, right? I was the 4-2, he was the 2. But we didn't love those horses enough to just plant a flag and move on. We became creative and we played backup tickets with our B horses. And we both ended up using, like the second bet there, I went 5-1-6. So we both had the one on our backup ticket. Ciaran has a little more coverage because I went BAA, but essentially it was the same theory. Being creative with your ticket structure instead of just cavemanning it and having it cost a fortune.
Yeah, like I think if my ticket, if I'd caveman, let me look here. 3, 6, no, it would have been 4, 8, 24, would have been 7. It wasn't a whole lot more, but that's because I ended up hammering the horse that I thought was better to get it multiple times.
Correct.
And I'll actually say
that's a good use of your money, Ciaran. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, because I figured, if this chalks out the way it could, if Miss Astor destroys them, no matter what happens in the last leg, if the 2 had won this leg, we'd be looking at probably $30, $28. And I was like, I got to hammer that 5 or 6 times and get my bet back at least. And then I can cheer about it. I will say, Frank, I'm actually kind of shocked at how poorly that Baltus horse raced. And now he is now a downgrade for me until he starts heating up. He has gone ice cold right now.
Look who has entered the chat. Our man Scott Shapiro, Shapper to Capper. Thanks for joining us again on this holiday Monday. Talk about another guy who does the work, man. Scott's one of the best I've ever seen. We talked about it last time he joined the show when he was out here in Del Mar every day, every summer. Me, Scott, John Lindo, Bob, we'd be the hardcore ones up in the press box. So I know how hard all these guys work. Baltus 1 for 43 the last 60 days now. Wow, I wonder who his winner was. That horse must be a superstar.
Yeah, I mean, I talked about it too. Ice cold, but, I probably ended up making it a stronger single because of the jockey hopping on. And I was like, oh, maybe this jockey can turn it around for him. Nope. His horses are just ice.
Yeah, and you're very good about. We talk about this all the time. We talked about it yesterday. You are very, very good about riding streaks and trends, but kind of before they become known to the public, right? The best time to get on a trend is before it's actually a trend. And because you're such a stat guy and you're very cognizant of the jockey trainer game that's going on, and you learned a lot about that from being a horse owner, you're really good about giving out that information on this show before, 3 weeks from now, everyone's going to be talking about it.
I mean, stats are as good as, what goes in, what comes out, but you can't just rely solely on them. But if you're having doubts about a favorite, that was definitely a reason to go. We ignored it and we hopped. I mean, I ignored it because I hopped on the hot jockey. I won't make that mistake. He's going to have to burn me now on a couple of tickets before I use, unless he's got a rock star, in the next couple of weeks. I got to wait and see now. All
right, here, Scotty did the research for us. Baltus's last winner was Headstrong Ways. I don't even know that. Was it a Kentucky Downs? Was it even here in California? Was 1-2 in a conditional claimer. So bottom of the barrel.
That was 84 years ago.
That's crazy. He's such a good trainer, but he's not going to stay cold forever. Let's see. Dan H put in his pick 3, 2-4-5 with 2 with 5-6. Didn't use the 1. I use the 1 reluctantly. I'm not proud of it, but I am alive. Sorry, Dan. What's going on with Napper's Nick? It's been a minute since he's been on the show. You get that guy to come help us out. We need his forensic accounting and his sharp contributions. I know he's been crushing it on the tournament circuit, but maybe he can spare a little time for us. That'd be nice. Froggy Mushroom, howdy, gents. Back at you, Froggy. Thank you for all your support and contributions. Here we go. Not 1-2. Oh, on January 2nd. Okay. So Baltus's last winner was January 2nd in a bottom of barrel. And look at that. Before that, September 28th, Ciaran. Like that's a pretty big drought, huh?
Guess who the favorite is on the double, Frank? Oh, I guess I missed it. The 6 is the favorite at $20. The 3 is $23.60, and the 2 is $26.60. Interesting.
Well, like I said, I like to use this race to inform the rest of our low takeout wagers, right? because this
Well, at
race
least on the pick 3, the 6 and the 7, or the 6 and the 2 are separated by 50 cents, Frank, and then the 3 is up to $34. So gives me a little bit more confidence in the 2 we have.
No, I didn't play this race. What are you talking about?
Oh, that's right. I keep thinking it's the next one. That's right.
Yeah, this is the dirt race in the middle.
We need.
This is where we get to goof off and have some fun, because
that's where
it's not part of the low takeout wagers.
We need a turf and dirt low takeout so we can keep people engaged after they get knocked out of the first leg.
Yeah, I make fun of Ciaran a lot because a lot of times he is a bit of a chunk head, but every once in a while he comes up with a brilliant idea, and he's absolutely right. Part of the reason the late pick 3 and the late double pools have gone up a lot is because, and we talk about this, yes, you can play them completely separate, but you have so much more of an advantage if you play them connected, as if they're handcuffed together. You bet them as what you do in the pick 3 can inform what you do in the double, and then after the first leg of the pick 3, you can make adjustments. You could press if your payouts are a little too low on your A opinions. You could hedge. You could do a lot of different things. The all turf pick 3, which is a brilliant wager, starts it, but there's nothing to back it up. It's like in the baseball, you want to put you want protection around your good hitter, like, so they have to force them to throw strikes. You got to do that here. So Ciaran,
I think if they did a low takeout, a turf and dirt low takeout, they actually might get people, because some people will just single a logical chalk in the start of the pick 3. Maybe they'll play a little bit more because they're gambling a little bit more money sooner. It's just a thought.
Yeah, because part of the reason some people are a little reluctant to play the all turf is because you don't want your money tied up for like 3 hours, right?
Yeah, but it's not that bad though.
No, I know that, but that's if you have to bet every race, you don't want your money sitting in a pool before your action comes, right? So if you start the all turf and then you come back in the next with a $5 double leading into the late pick 3, they're all connected, right? Each race is connected. So you have action in each race. Even though your money might be sitting in a pool, you're still connected going forward. I think that is a brilliant idea. I'm going to make some phone calls next week and see if we can change the game.
Well, I'll be up at Santa Anita next Friday, and we got to ask the DTL crew. We're debating if we do a Pegasus show or we do the coast to coast maybe. So I'll be up there Friday and Saturday. So.
Yeah, or Scott, if you know, are there any special low takeout wagers on Pegasus Day? Anything that we can tie in to this show here? I know there's the Sunset Pick 6, right? The last 3 at Gulfstream, the last 3 at Santa. There's the Coast to Coast Pick 5. The problem with those bets is, look, I don't mind working hard and staying on air for a long time. The problem is I got to stay on air with this guy. Yeah. So, maybe if we could think of a creative way to shake things up a little bit.
I'm not going to play my other song now. I got a low takeout song.
You have another one?
Yeah.
I'm a Santa Anita wallet already on life support. They hit me with that low takeout. Now I'm feeling kind of sport. 10%, bro, that's basically free money. I'm about to turn $11 into a yacht by Monday. Low takeout.
Oh, yeah. You can't have fun betting the horses, man. Need it. Oh, wow, this is amazing. Grass, no dirt in my life. I'm so all turf. I might start photosynthesize. Santa Anita low takeout got me acting wise. Told my wife, babe, I'm rich. Now she want alimony twice. Double trouble on the mic. We causing a scene. Low takeout was all turf. A retirement dream. If we hit this big three, tell the valley keep the change. Oh my God, we created a monster.
Thank you.
We've created a monster, ladies and gentlemen.
We're a live wagering entertainment show. We got to keep the crowds entertained. We're not going to throw out PPs and all. I mean, we'll give you some stats, but we're playing what the board tells us. And
the songs that you wrote, they're a little hard for you. That's more my jam, man. I appreciate that.
I tried doing some Barry Manilow for you, but I couldn't get it quite right.
No, Engelbert Humperdinck.
Yeah. That's it. Yes.
Engelbert Humperdinck. Oh my God, that is amazing. Look at this. Brilliant. Jeff, those are both great songs. Oh, you need a stage name for your music career. You got to come up with something clever there. Any suggestions out there?
DJ Turf.
DJ All-Turf. All right, I like that. All right, look, Dan's like, enough goofing around, boys. Let's get down to business. He wants to use this time to discuss race 8. It is a key race in our late wagers. You know this. All right, Dan, thank you for keeping us on point. Sometimes we get a little wrapped up in ourselves. I'll let Ciaran start. Let's go to race 8. Let me just set it up real quick. $10,000 claimer, 5.5 furlongs on the dirt. I thought you were perfectly fine getting out with just 3 horses in here. You might be able to get out with just 1. Ciaran, what are your thoughts?
I thought the same. I mean, I number 3, Last Call Zondlo. We already know the strategy: pop the gates and wire them. But I thought I ended up giving a slight edge to the Lee horse, who just dominated yesterday with his other, dropper. Yeah. So I was like, when these trainers are when his horse showed what it did yesterday, and he comes back today with a similar type of horse, I was like, yeah. I thought the morning line 3-1. I don't think much is going to separate all 3 horses in the next leg or in that race 8, but we've also seen some chaos happening too. I could only land on 3, and I didn't want my bet to get super expensive, but if someone's got an argument for a different horse as well, I ended up just doing a 4.
Yeah, put your bet back up so we can see who you have.
I did 4, 3, 6 was my how I hoped to get out of that leg.
Can you put your late pick 3 play up there? So that's the middle leg, right?
Yeah, so I'm kind of doing
4, 3, 4.
I'm kind of doing similar to what I did on my early turf, like hammering my chalky horse in the first leg and then spreading again.
Yeah, Ciaran, we're using the same 3 horses. Unfortunately, I think those are the same 3 horses that probably everyone is going to use. So, to Dan's point, maybe while we're on here and have a little time, we should dig a little deeper. Maybe we're missing something. Dan, do you have an opinion there? Anybody else? I know Jay likes, he was on the show yesterday. Jay has a little soft spot in his heart for some of these Los Al horses here at Santa Anita. He's got some info on that. If you're watching, chime in, please. What do you think?
When I first went and looked through this, I was like, all right, this looks very chalky. But then you come back and do a second take, and then I was like,
no, it still looks chalky.
Yeah, I was like, it still looks chalky. And then
and a third take, chalky. Fourth take, chalky.
Then the stats for this race, Frank, it's been raced 21 times. The favorite has won this race 71%.
Yeah.
And of the 23 races, Frank, or 24 races, 23 of the winners were under 5-1. And, when I see those kinds of stats, I immediately stop looking to try and beat the chalk, if that makes sense, because you'll just burn brain power sometimes trying to beat, especially when, we've talked about it before, when we see these races that have huge long shot winners, you read the conditions and you see why. And then, so we read this one. This is kind of a race where whoever's in here should win, because they're in here.
Right. It's a straightforward 10K claimer. There's nothing weird about it. And, you have a couple of strong class angles that you can rely on. I'll pop up my matrix real quick so you can see who my A's and B's are. Give me 1 second. I do this every day for the Santa Anita website. All turf pick 3, late pick 3. So there you go. So that's the middle leg, race 8. 4, 6, 3 are my A's. That's it. If I had to separate them and pick one A, the 4 would be the A, and then the 6, 3 would be the B's. And the reason I did that, right? Am I looking at the right race there? The 4.
Yeah, 6, 3, 4, race 8.
Yeah, 4, 6, 3.
I really liked Lee. I actually talked about how I put Lee on top, but actually I ended up putting the 6 on top. The Nap horse. And really
You know,
only
that's a typo on my part. That should be 643.
yeah, because you know, as I said, like Lee proved yesterday that when he drops, you got to use it. But the 6 wins of freedom, Knapp claimed it last out.
Yes.
A bullet work and 2 prior works and I mean, the works are just off the page, but then I have in capitals like I used to put claim bait, but he's probably just claimed and wants to get paid. Next.
I think that's the value of the race. Absolutely the value of the race. Drawn well, right?
Correct.
Speed outside other speed. Should be able to sit the right trip. We talked about Knapp being kind of automatic off the claim. He is so good off the claim. And, doesn't have the consistent gaudy speed figures like the other two have, but solid, very solid.
He's recovered from his, spill, and him and Knapp is the one. Tiago was so cold for a couple of years until Knapp heated up about a year ago, and Tiago was the one riding all his horses, and now look, they're back at it again. He's back to riding great. They're winning 27%. So I mean, everything looked good for that one.
But yeah, I agree with you, Ciaran. So the order, we're the same. If we could only use one, we'd use the 6, and then I would go 3-4 or 4-3. It doesn't matter to me. They're the same thing. But I did not separate them on they're the same on all my tickets because I think their chances of winning are kind of equally the same. I just think that the 6 is going to be better value on the tote.
And speaking of your value, Frank, what I ended up doing when we get to the double, at least my planned out double, I actually bet more on the 4, $30, because I thought it would be a lower price. And then I'm using the 6 with $15 just because, like you were saying, I'm thinking it'll be a little bit more value and I don't have to hammer it as much.
Yeah. The problem with talking about that race now is that we have very little info to go on because it's 2 races away. There is one race, however, that we do have info to go on, and that is race 7, which starts the $3 late pick 3. Let's look at the doubles going forward, Ciaran. You've got the favorite here in Storm and Midnight. I mean, no surprise that the 6 here to the 2 in the next, Miss Astor
$5
in the stakes race there. Yeah, and that's for $2.
Yeah.
So, you basically you're getting 5-2 on the 6-2 combination. That's not really our kind of play, but we've seen people in tournaments go nuts for those kinds of combinations.
Yep.
And do well.
That's a Matt Miller special where he'll do $1,000 and then people are like, why did he do that? And it's like, well, he used the bullet and now he's got $1,800 and he's away he goes,
Right. Exactly. No, Matt is so good at that. Look, you're not going to be right all the time, but he's got a pretty darn good strike rate, and he likes to do that early in tournaments. So he's got bankroll while other people are just kind of sitting, waiting around. So, that's a very good tournament strategy. I don't know if he would do it in this combination just because maybe this first leg is a little unreliable. He's doing it with horses who are consistent, like allowance horses, stakes horses, very, very good at picking the right sequences to do it in. Right? No, not every $5 double pay is created equal.
Correct.
There are some that seem way more trustworthy than others, I guess. Let's put it that way.
And it looks like the 2 is paying $11 on the double, Frank. Then the 1 at 23. 3 is at 15, and then it starts going 53, 139. So everything's just saying, I mean, the pick 3 even. I will say, though, on the pick 3, Frank, there's very little separating the 2 and the 6. So that's usually what we look to is the pick 3. The double, 6 is paying 20, 2 is paying 26. Not a whole lot of difference. Actually,
so that tells me maybe the 2 will take some late money.
Yeah, I'm thinking that. And the 3 is paying $23 on the double. And on the pick 3, it's paying 34. So we although after what we just saw in the last race, how do we bet a Baltus? When that 2 did absolutely nothing.
Well, yeah, going forward into the next race, though, the 6 in this to Mrs. Astor is a seriously bet combination, $6, and then the next, the 2-2 is 11. and then the 3-2 is 15. So in that sequence, the 6 is a strong favorite. Let's look at that. The rest of anyone else taking money there. The 4 is taking some money in the next leg. Actually, that's the only other horse that's taking some. So like the 6-2 is $6, the 6-4 is 25, and then the 6-3 is 55.
And I mean, it's not a surprise that D'Amato horse, but
Right.
Rispoli obviously goes to Mrs. Astor. And while KK has been hot, he is not hot for Phil. You know, I mean, he's, I think, 6-7. I'll actually look. Let me get the actual stat. What is he?
Yeah, while you're doing that, yeah, good point, Larry. This is probably the last race for Mrs. Astor. She's going to go to the sale and then become a mama. And then I Scream, You Scream.
Already.
This is LD. This is LD. Yeah, going to the sale. So unfortunately, she's not going to be coming back. Jeff loves reading my analysis. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. I work hard at that. So I like that. Let me ask you a question about the start of the late pick 3, Ciaran. What do you think of the Sadler horse 3, Little Hidden Port?
I did look at it. JJ actually is winning 29%, but I just liked other ones more. And you know, I'm a JJ fan. KK, who was
JJ, KK, LL,
KK,
ML, LD.
I can remember. He was
actually because Ciaran can't remember anyone's name. He has to use nicknames.
FK Frank. Kimura was riding okay, and he couldn't win on it. You know, I mean, we get JJ now. I thought I'd rather go for a price with the Barrios one than Miss Astor. I really should have just probably singled Mrs. Astor, but I had to, you know, I can't do that.
Well, you know, no guts, no glory, right? I mean, if you can make, in a race like that, if you can make the slightest case for a horse who has a chance to perhaps beat a 2-5 shot, and you don't end up betting that horse in some combination and she wins, you're going to feel really stupid, right? So, you know, I don't have a problem with doing something like that.
The best is yet to be. I thought that one too, if it really was, Rispoli would have stayed for Phil, because, you know, Phil's his bread and butter now. I mean, he is riding for Thomas more, so that was a downgrade for that one. I mean, I couldn't talk anyone off, because if you actually are able to connect and beat Mrs. Astor in this next leg, you'll be getting paid exponentially more than you would.
Again, the other one who originally brought up talking about race 8, we already did, and then moved on to race 7. Who do you like in that leg? Put up your late pick 3 plays if you don't mind. I know we still have some time. This dirt race is not part of any of our sequences, but as you can see, we still like to use the information available to us to be prepared for the start of the late pick 3. Okay, look, the 2, who you said, Ciaran, was close in the wheel pace to the 6 here.
Starting to get money.
Yeah, the 2-2 double combo is now 760, and the 6-2 is 680. So they're getting very, very close. In fact, look, the 2 just flipped and went favorite.
Yeah, because I was just going to say, because all the money came in on the 2 on the show, on the place money came in on the 2 as well. We're at 20,000 and 6,000. So all that late money flooded in on the 2.
Yeah, take a look at the win pool real quick again between the 2 of them. Who's taking more money in the, you like to do that analysis where
2 is taking more money.
Right, but what about the place?
2 is in the place money, 6,100 for the 2, 3,900 for the 6. 1,400 on the show for the 6, 1,200. Yeah, the money's really coming in on the 2 now. It's at 23, so I think the 2's probably going to go off favorite, although my joke back in the day is if I had a scratch and I was going to the favorite and it was 2 horses getting money like this, whoever is not the favorite in the pool is the one who'll win.
Exactly. So someone behind the scenes bet an extra $1 to make that horse go favorite. Oh, the conspiracy theories that we come up with here as degenerate horse players. There you go, Dan H. Sorry, guys. Oh, on the road. Okay, that's right. You're driving today. Thanks for listening. They're at the gate for race 6. So after this, it's late pick 3 time. Mrs. Astor or not Mrs. Astor, we'll find out in a minute. You have plenty of time, Dan, before discussing the late pick 3, but I was just curious about your race 8 opinions, but we'll get to that after this race. They're in the gate. Good luck, everybody. We'll be back right after the race. Well, I am glad that race wasn't part of any sequence that I was involved in.
I actually would, if we had our dirt and turf, I probably would have had that double, Frank. So that was my third choice there.
The money was wrong. Ciaran was right. The money was wrong. Yeah, I know. I actually thought, I'm like looking at the horse as the horse is making the move, and I'm going to myself,
I mean,
that's the horse Ciaran probably would have had.
Yeah, it was like my notes were top early, mid, and late speed, aka stalker. I did say trainer stats were blah, but I mean it was another one. This is another one that took the plunge, 50K to 12.5. I mean they were all
that's
bad horses. So.
Oh my god, massive difference.
But I mean even that double was paying I think $50. I mean you can't argue with that. After that, from that last leg, that's pretty healthy. I probably would have had, if we had a low takeout, I probably would have spent. I probably would have. Ifs and ands make pots and pans.
No, you definitely would have bet it. I know you would have bet it because you wouldn't have been able to pass it.
Yeah, that's true. I am
and I know you would have used the one. That is absolutely a horse you would have used. I know you would have.
Yeah, that's whenever we're like doing the contest, I'm like, Breeders' Cup betting challenge. Why are you getting there so early? It's like I know it's 10 a.m. I still can't resist the race because that'd be the one that could be the separator.
Yeah, here's Ciaran. Yeah, I want to get there early because I really like someone in race 1. Okay, race 1's over. He goes. Yeah, I know the Breeders' Cup doesn't start for another couple of races, but I really like someone in race 2. Wash, rinse, and repeat. That is why, ladies and gentlemen, Ciaran Thornton, Chief Gambling Officer. All right, well, you know what, Ciaran? Started off with the $3 all-turf. We're both alive. Now things start to get very interesting because we have 3 races to go. It's start of the late pick 3. We'll go into the $5 late double. So I feel like we need to start the show over again for people who are just joining us for the late pick 3. So let me just start by playing order of sequence. Santa Anita video, Cowboy video, and your Grammy Award winning song. You pick anyone you want. You have a whole album going here.
No, I gotta Let me delete it and add it back in so I don't have to play like the 400 verses I wrote for that song.
All right, I'll give you a minute before you do that. But while you're doing that, I'm going to send out a tweet reminding people that it is the start of the $3 late pick 3.
I know which one it is. All right.
Stand by. Quote. Let's go. DTL Crew is live for the start of the $3 late pick 3 low takeout wager.
All right, I got our Grammy song. How many copies do you think we'll sell, Frank?
More than Metallica.
Okay.
Platinum. You're gonna go platinum.
All right. Which one do you want to play first? You want the song? You want your?
Yeah, I'm gonna play. Here's the order sequence. Yeah, I'm gonna play the Santa Anita video because I like that they did a nice slick video for us. Then I'm gonna play our little Cowboy Showdown because it's a last chance to get out, dude. And then I'm gonna have you play the intro to our show. So let's go.
Now offered at the Great Race Place. $3 late pick 3 featuring the last 3 races. $5 late double on the last 2 races. Both with a player-friendly 15% takeout. Every race day at Santa Anita Park.
Howdy, partner. Ready for some trouble? You bet. Let's shoot the breeze. Yeehaw!
Oh yeah! A mic check, 1, 2, troubles in the roar. We hit record and the vibes go warm. One says deep thoughts, the other says no. Now we're arguing if cats can and low. We spill the tea, we spill the wine. Had the stories it goes in half a mind. We laugh and cry, we overshare too long. Podcast now every now, just double the crutch. Double trouble live.
Double trouble
live. Twice the mess. Double trouble live. No stress, just yes. We got hot takes.
I got a great voice, don't I?
Amazing.
Double trouble live.
Yeah, you can trap, dude. You trap.
Coming at you for the thrill. Oh yeah. Double trouble live.
All right, let's get down to business. Are we going to be able to
Let's
beat
hear
this
our
draw?
contribution to the elimination of the human race when robots take over everything. You said it yesterday. What was it? We were talking about, all the funny animation stuff we do. 10 years ago, you had to have a staff of people doing that for you.
Even our logo, how we've been able to. I mean, the amount of everyone's going to be betting on horses. That's going to be the only gig left in town because every other job is going to be taken over by the robots.
Yeah, you won't be able to bet sports because you can only bet $3 a game.
I mean, I don't get. We should be. People don't realize you can be the sharpest guy there is, and they'll welcome all your action. If you are a sports gambler and you lose, they love you. The second you start winning, you can only bet $100. You can never get out of the hole. I mean, I don't get it. This is the OG of gambling right here, horse racing. And now we got the low takeouts. They're saying, come gamble with us.
I'll tell you why, Ciaran. I think a big part of the problem is that on the surface, this game seems extremely complicated. And it is. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, you do have to work hard and learn, and there is a learning curve. But you know what? We're here to help. We are here to help. You don't even have to handicap. You could just follow along, piggyback what everybody in the DTL crew is doing. You just have to be a smart ticket constructor, bankroll manager. Someone can give you the horses, and you could do better than the person who's making the selections. That happens all the time.
Right. We handicap. We do our write-ups. We put them on the Santa Anita website, and we come in on the show, and more tickets than not are the tickets we put together on the show. Not the
usually
ones
mine. I was like, oh darn, I didn't have that horse. Ciaran likes the horse. The money's showing up. Dan H. Everybody else likes the horse.
I mean, that's why the beauty of live wagering shows, we can pivot to where the money's going. I mean, as we said, one of the things when you're on track, you go to the paddock and the horse might look great on paper. When you see it in the paddock, you're like, not a chance I'm betting that, and vice versa. You'll get to the track, look at the paddock, and you go, oh, that horse means business. He winked at me like Let It Ride movie.
That is a very, very good point. I mean, we have audience members in South America who are gambling right alongside us, and they don't even have the capability of watching the races there. So the market for this is so huge, just nobody knows what to do, and there's not enough content out there to help people gamble on racing.
I mean,
and that's the end of the game, right?
At the end of the show, Frank, I made a Spanish song for our Spanish listeners, so if they're here at the end of the show, but it might be so bad I don't know it, and the prompts might be me saying, write a song in Spanish.
It might be very offensive, Ciaran. I think we might want to have that vetted first. Let's have that vetted first before we start unleashing.
Yes, that's probably wise to do, yes.
All right, let's see. This race has got to be official. Let me refresh my screen because now we're getting down to business.
1-9. Not overly surprised, and I mean, there's 37,000 in the pool. 28K of it came in on the number 2 just to start things off.
All right, I'm gonna look at the imputed double odds real quick. Yeah, so after that previous race, I mean, they have Mrs. Optics EQ has Mrs. Astor at 3-10. Next closest in the odds is the 4 at 7-1. And then the 3 at 16-1. So, I mean, that's basically it. It's very interesting because Hey Jesse, who would have looked pretty good in here as an alternative to the favorite, she actually ducked Mrs. Astor to run against the boys on Cal Cup Day. And she ran great. She ran second to Vodka. But I thought it was interesting that they decided to go to that spot against the boys than to stay here and run against Mrs. Astor.
Well, that just tells you
another thing, how good she is.
Yeah, I mean, that just tells you what they thought of that. And I mean, even to the point of if the Phil horse was really, really good, Rispoli would have stayed there because this, Phil is his bread and butter right now. He is the go-to number 1 jockey, and he was given permission to hop to the other one. No surprise.
Dan H agrees with us. We should keep the Spanish version kind of under the radar for now. I appreciate that. How about this? Rock 704. Couldn't agree more. Love the show. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. But to that point, Ciaran, our Spanish language crew has not shown up yet today. We have not gotten one comment.
It's not a holiday.
Yeah, Terry says it's not a holiday in South America, but they're probably all at work. But hopefully they'll join us. Here's LD. He's always keeping us up to date on what Kurt Hoover is doing. I think Kurt Hoover hit the pick 6 yesterday, according to Larry's comment. What does this say? Here's Kurt's 2-3 with 2-3 with all. $60. He's on fire. Need him on the D. Believe me, I love Kurt. I think Kurt's one of the best. When I first moved out here from New York to Southern California, I listened to him religiously when he was doing the Hollywood Park show. I learned so much from him. I'm now call him a racetrack friend up in the press box. See him all the time at Del Mar. I think Kurt's probably too busy doing all of his own stuff to want to come on this show, but I would absolutely love to have him because I respect him. I think he's one of the best. So good luck to him. Good luck to us. How about this? Don't forget your sponsor. That's our Taylor guy. You want to give a quick shout out here? You don't have to put video, but
I can just show
his logo. Give him a little shout. And Jeff, you're supposed to be working on our bourbon sponsor, man. What's going on? I'm drinking Bloody Marys now.
Yep. JD Custom, if you want to look good at the track, when you see me at big race days, all my suits, JD Custom, and they blow the prices away of everyone else. Let me tell you, top-notch Italian, ooh la la material. Go-to guy.
And Frank's Clothing, sponsored by Santa Anita Gift Shop, 2007.
Well, I thought we needed some luck today, so I wore my world's tallest leprechaun shirt.
Oh, here's something interesting. Maybe this is why we're not getting our Spanish language peeps. When you change the video format of the video, does the chat now show up? It should show up everywhere. We didn't really change it, David. StreamYard changed it so that when watching on YouTube, those who watch on mobile can have the vertical feed to fit their camera, and those who watch on the desktop can have the landscape to fit their monitor. Maybe Ciaran can check our YouTube feeds and see if the chats are
No,
not
I checked
showing
earlier.
up.
We didn't have it checked to have chat comments, so I corrected that before we went live. So
It's supposed to be set for default. That's so weird. Maybe we're not getting it because Santa Anita doesn't have their chats enabled.
maybe that might be it too.
That's not good. I don't know. I didn't do anything different. Seems different from what I see on your mobile. Hey, Terry, could you go to the Santa Anita Live YouTube channel and watch it on there and see if you can jump in the chat room? That would be very, very helpful. Well, Ciaran, why don't you start talking about this race while I try to figure this out? Let's bring up the double probables into the next.
All right, so let's see. We're looking at
The
2
3
and
and
2.
the 6 are taking all the money in the next leg.
Yeah, it's essentially 3 and 6 are paying $8. Then the next highest is the 4 at 12, the 8 at 27, and then we just start getting exponentially higher. I mean, there's no real sneaky money, and the horses who are getting the money in the next leg are the ones we thought would get the money anyway. I will say the 6 is, let's see what the 6, 2 into the 6, the one that we talked about, $8. Yeah. 2 into 6 is 8, 2 into 3 is 8, and 2 into 4 is $12. So yeah, this is one where we probably need to get out of this multiple times. So, maybe the 1. I mean, do you have a long shot in this race at all, Frank? I'm using the 1. Are you using anyone else?
My ABC matrix is the 2 as an A, and then the 4 and the 3 as my Bs. So I have them on backup tickets.
My backup one is the 1. I'm actually getting paid decent. Like the double into the next leg on the 3 is 102. The 6 is 98. So my saver all turf is alive with a decent pay, but I think we're just trying to fight a chalk that we probably shouldn't fight to beat, I think.
Right. Yeah. Talk about that for a second, because not all chalks are created equal, right? And most of the time, you and I are all about trying to beat the chalk, but
sometimes it's just not worth your while. I mean, you're throwing away what's easy money, if you know what I mean, on a chalk. And yes, this is 1 to 5, but even if you tie on a double, a 1 to 5 to a 6 to 5, you're getting more than you would just doing a win parlay. I mean, you're getting maybe 2 or 3 to 1. So that's sometimes the better way to look at it, especially if you like a chalk. Don't toss it because you're trying to beat a chalk. I mean, I know, and the stats, chalks are winning more times than not these days. This is not a chalk I think you need to go out of your way to beat.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Why don't you go ahead and look and see what the probables are into the next leg, see who's taking the money, see if there's anybody sneaky. Because I'm upset because I don't think Santa Anita has their chat enabled, and that's why we're not getting our Spanish-speaking crew.
It's just same. The 3 and the 4 are 3, 4, and 6 are pretty much. It's a 3-horse race according to the betting in the next leg. I don't think there's any. The pick 3 right now. The 2 is paying $44. Then we jump up to the 4 at 172. Then we're at the 3 at 346 and the 1 at 545. So my Hector Berrios long shot is getting no love at all.
Yeah, I think that horse is up against it. Anyone else out there in the DTL crew have opinions in this sequence? Dan H. made a comment because we were talking about race 8 earlier, and he said so I'm talking about going into the next leg, the one where we're just the 4-3-6. Dan wanted to think about a presser on the outside. Me too. I also looked at number 8, Howbeit. Total grinder, and if the race falls apart, the horse will be grinding away. But yeah, I don't know where the step up's going to come from. I think I wrote about this. The horse,
And
where is it?
and this is when we talked about it earlier. The next race too, which is why the next race too is a chalk fest. Historically, we talked about it. Like 71%. The next race, 8th race, 71% of the winners are chalk. I mean, the conditions are ripe for that, and usually makes sense. So that's why you would probably see a lot of people hammering this chalk double. I'm not surprised. We're kind of seeing it as well.
Yeah, so Ciaran, I'm looking real quick at the Santa Anita YouTube channel, and their chats are not enabled, but they are enabled on ours. So I don't know. I have no idea what happened. Maybe they disabled them. It's quite possible that they disabled the chats. I don't know.
Yes.
Let me see if the mobile allows chats. No. That is so weird. We'll have to get that figured out. Apologies in advance. I hope you all are still watching. You can move over to our YouTube channel and make comments if you're trying to comment on the show and it's not working out. But anyway. All right, let's put up some plays. Ciaran, let's get back to how you're doing this late pick 3. I'll put mine up on the bottom.
I just went to YouTube and I can type on and post on YouTube, Frank, on Santa Anita's YouTube channel. So I'm not sure.
You can go to the chat. My chat's disabled.
Mine's not.
Share the screen.
All right.
I don't believe him. Terry tried it also. She couldn't get it done. No, that's Double Trouble Live. You just showed up as.
Yeah, but I'm Double Trouble Live, but I'm on Santa Anita's YouTube page. So
but look to the right, that live chat. It's just what we posted.
Oh, maybe it's because we're the only ones allowed to post. Yeah. Okay, makes sense.
No, people have been posting in their live chat.
Oh.
All of our Spanish audience post on the Santa Anita YouTube channel in that live chat. For some reason, you cannot post in there, and I have no idea because our settings on, when I set up the YouTube channel, allows live chat.
We'll have to look into that.
So maybe they disabled it. But anyway, if you're watching and you do want to make a comment and you can't, you could always go to doubletroublelive.com. That will take you to our YouTube channel. You can watch the show on our channel, and our chats are enabled. So I don't know what happened, and I apologize. But anyway, let's get down to business. So Larry said that Kurt is starting 2-3, 2-3, all.
All in the last
either one of us have the 2. We do not have win ribbon in the next leg.
Wind ribbon.
Old horse, gonna grind away. I just thought the horse never got there. Never gets there.
Yeah, I mean, sharp work. It's one of those. 62.50 last race. I mean, it's one of those things. If that horse beats me, that horse beats me. Even though the trainer owns it.
Trainer also owns the other one on the outside.
Yeah, and the other one on the outside is where his main guy stays. This jockey stays with the outside horse and bailed off the 2. But I mean, you're getting Edwin, who's a circuit jockey, but a lot of these Los Al trainers like to reward the guys who ride their horses under the lights. Would you agree?
Right. We're going to put our pick 3 picks up in a minute because we're getting down to crunch time here. But just real quick, Dan H is warming up to the 1 in the last. I like to throw other people's picks out there just so they know who other people like. But here's what I've got. Ciaran, put yours up again if you don't mind.
Yeah, the 1 is the one that I like in the last race as well.
Euchre?
Yep, Euchre.
So, yeah, in the last race, I am 5 5-1-6, emphasis on the 5. Ciaran is 5-1-6
Emphasis on the 5.
as
And
well, though. We have the 3 same horses in the last leg. So we both use the 1, right? Isn't that Euchre? Let me just make sure.
Yeah, and I mean, the horse won the debut race, was heavily bet, and we talked about it earlier. Escobedo is the jockey who won the last leg yesterday. He's riding very well. They get Lasix today. I thought the profile of the horse meets this, how the track is playing and with the rails out 20 feet. And when this jockey rides with this trainer, they're 6-13. So, I mean, there was a lot of reasons to like that one as a backup to that Ventry Strand, who very may well be Barrios' latest win. I mean, he talk about someone heating up. Like, ooh, he's starting to win everything under the sun as well.
Yeah, he's a terrific jockey. He just won the first leg of the All Turf with Cattonia. Yeah, I don't know what else to.
I don't think it's a sequence we can get too crazy with. I mean, if we get knocked out on the doubles, we can look at some stuff. But to start it off, my view is, and that's the beauty of having the double next to the pick 3. If we screw this leg up, we can pivot.
We can pivot, yes. Yeah, this is one of those, when we talked about this at the top of the show, Ciaran, like, you could try to be super clever and do something a little outside the box and crazy, but sometimes you just, you don't have to force it. You don't have to be a hero. You take what they give you and you move on. You try to make the most of the situation. Real quick, Chris, thanks for joining us, Chris. I think he's commenting on Larry's post about Kurt Hoover's pick 3. He's saying that would be $96. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not playing that bet. I'm playing my own bet. But Chris, thank you for joining us. Always great to see you. Chris, one of the sharpest guys out there. Excellent tournament player. A member of Team Eddie Logan. So nice to have you on. Thank you so much. If you have a play or if you're alive to anything that we should be rooting for, please hop on and let us know. Okay, they're heading up 1-5 on Mrs. Astor. Absolutely no surprise. The D'Amato is the second choice.
Hey, Frank, we've not seen this in a while. The show jumper money just showed up on Astor. 40,000 to show, 52,000 to win, 18 for place. So a show jumper showed up. I actually don't like seeing show jumpers show up. That's one of those things. How many minutes do we have to pivot?
Why, you get scared about that?
I see so many of them go down, but it's usually the Baffert show jumpers that go down. But I mean, you only has to beat one horse or 2 horses, but still, I just don't like seeing show jumpers show up. I don't know what it is.
It sounds like you're a little superstitious.
Yes, I've just had to blow my tickets up so many times,
I mean, I wouldn't worry too much. If she doesn't, I mean, that's actually as far as show jumping goes. This is going to be like the best 5-cent return on your dollar you're ever going to see, right?
No, what is it? It's 10 cents, isn't it?
Well, it'll pay $2.10, but for $1, 5 cents for $1. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy. I didn't even think about that. Good point, Ciaran. They're in the gate, loading in the gate. I'm going to put up our little sign. Good luck, everybody. Let's see if this leg is as easy as everybody thinks it is. They are animals after all. All right, good luck.
I don't know. Yikes. Wow. It might have
Man,
been a lucky
Rispoli
10 ball.
really, really likes to get a rush or a thrill or like to. He makes things way closer than they ever
There was
should be.
absolutely no reason for him to be 800 miles back like that. I just don't.
And then try to weave through like a video game. I mean, she was in front, but there was a bob though, right at the wire. I thought she got it live, but it is a bobber. She might lose by a no. Ooh, oh, I think she gets it.
That
By like
was
a dirty nose.
That was that infuriates me when the jockeys do that kind of ride. Like, how do you get in trouble with 5 horses in a race? Essentially, you know, it's like almost. I mean, lucky the seam open there. Otherwise, it would have been like shut off. Like, wow.
Frank called a photo, and he that's how close it is. Frank is so good with calling tight races. He called this a photo.
I think I don't know where you know what I mean. I don't know where the photo is, and
I think the 2 won, but the 4 got the best bob. But you know, please don't hold me to that. Wow, what a race though.
Yeah, like we said, Kimura is on fire. Like even for Phil now, he's.
Oh man, if you have the 4.
Someone's got to talk to. I mean, even on this, I was like, "Why are you so far back?" The horse was full.
I think he's getting bored. He's like trying to make it interesting for himself.
And I'm especially annoyed at that because I've had that cost me on Gold Phoenix a couple of times as well. You know, being so far behind, and you got to think the trainer said, "Don't be that far behind." You know what I mean? Don't get in trouble. And he almost got in trouble too. Like, what? Yikes.
Yeah, he tried to go through a seam that close. He had to duck down inside. I mean, what an exciting race, though. How cool is Mrs. Astor?
Yes.
I mean, she was game in victory last time when she came flying up the rail. Wow. Let me roll through the comments real quick because we got a bunch late. Chris started off his pick 3 with a wise guy play, like your 1 there, Ciaran. But he also came back and played it 3 times, singling the 2 there. So good job, Chris.
And not before you go on, Frank, that is one of the wager things where we're talking about where people will do the caveman. But that's a great way on these low takeouts. Like his bet right there.
Yeah.
Fire away with a long shot, you know, and go out. And if the chalk comes, you come back more for the chalk.
And you whack it, yeah.
If the 1 wins this first leg, it will blow away the payout having it multiple times on the chalk, which is what we try to do when we structure our tickets. We spend a little bit more, but I mean, we've talked about it too. I will spend on all these bets. I've seen enough payouts now for all of them that I'm comfortable spending $150 on all these low takeouts because the right combinations pay exponentially more, as we've seen. Sorry, you go back to the comments.
No, that's fine. That was a good point, Ciaran. No, Chris is next level. Chris is one of the best. I have a lot of respect for him. He did my best bet show. Absolutely phenomenal. We've seen him play in the Logan room. The dude absolutely crushes it. But yeah, he's structuring his bets the way they're supposed to be structured based on your opinion of the race. Because you do not want to have, if you were doing a caveman, you do not want to be spending the same amount of money on the 1 and the 2 equally. Because that does not reflect your opinion. So that this is what we also try to teach on the show, like Ciaran said. All right, Annie, big tickets. Chalky situation. Yeah, no reason to be a hero. That's what Ciaran mentioned. Yeah, you know what? You're under no obligation to bet. You're a grown man. You make your own decisions. We still thought there was a good opportunity to maybe be clever or maybe whack a certain combination. So we're all involved. But thank you for watching, Andy. Really appreciate it. Even if you're not betting individual races or sequences, you could still watch, take notes, pay attention. I always like to say sometimes the best handicapping you will ever do is right after the race you're watching. And you take that info forward. Thanks, Andy. Mike Whalen, just win, baby. That's right. Dan H. $10 pick 3 with a 2. $3. Okay. Again, another person.
Like us. Yeah.
Structure. Yes. You do your A, your BB, A, BB. You know, you do those combinations.
Like even my ticket, I did three tickets. I just had a kind of a caveman one. It was 2-1 with 6-3-4 with 5-1-6, and that cost me 54. So I'm out with the chalk. But then I came back and I've got the two $18. So I got it 6 times singling the 4 with the 5-1, and then I got it $9 singling with the 6-3 in the next with the 5. So even though when you structure the tickets a little different, sometimes if everything aligns, you'll end up getting it 4, 5, 6 times on all your tickets if the right combos hit. And the caveman would have paid you just $40, whereas you might get it 6 times 40 with chances to win way more money as well if some of the long shots hit.
That's right, Ciaran. These bets for reward, sharp handicapping, and clever ticket construction. John Alwell whacking the 2-2-2. I love it. All right, good luck, John. Thank you for joining us. And here, I posted this. Not sure why the chat should have stabled on. This is the Santa Anita feed that I put it up, but I welcome people to join us on this feed. Really don't know why. That's kind of a bummer, but we'll get that sorted out for the next show. All right, Ciaran. I'm going to tell everybody to like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Tell your friends.
Yeah, we keep forgetting to do that ourselves, don't we? Unbelievable.
Constantly. All right, I'm going to refresh my screen because now it's late double time. But here's the thing, Ciaran. Here's the conundrum. Everyone and their cousin are alive in the late pick 3, right?
Correct.
Are people happy with their positions in this leg to sit chilly, or might we see some hedging or pressing?
I think because of the chalkness of what's happened, we actually might, and usually it's not the case, where people would just ride the first leg, you know, a chalk in the pick 3, and we've seen it many times where the double handle drops because everyone's like, why bet it? I think this might be a situation where that chalk winning might have people pressing even more on the double. I think we might see the double pool go up because of that.
Because now we have to make the decision going forward. If our, let's say our 4-horse here to our top pick in the next is playing so low in the double, then we know the pick 3 is going to be really low. So we're going to have to come back and whack it a bunch of times, right?
Yeah, because right now, looking at the double will pays, Frank, the 4 is the favorite on the double at $8.80. The 3 is second favorite at $9.80. The 6 is $10.60. And we kind of thought that when we were looking at it, that the how be it, the one that, someone brought up earlier, that's paying $24. But if we look at the pick 3 now, which is interesting for a pick 3, they're not horrible bets when you had a 1-5. So the pick 3 right now, Frank, the favorite is the 4, paying $60 essentially. Next is the 6, paying $70. And the third choice is the 2 at $84. So not horrible pays at all.
Well, yeah, but remember, those are for $5.
No, that's the $1 pick 3.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were reading off the double.
No, the doubles were the one before. So the double before was $8.80 for the 4, $9.80 for the 3, and $10.60 for the 6 for $2.
I'm sorry. I thought you were looking at the probables going forward.
No, I was just doing the will pays before we went and looked at the probables out of here. So now,
you're right. I'm sorry. I got distracted because I was a little frustrated about the chat thing. But so I'm sorry. I'm focused now. Ciaran is saying the 4 is $8 in the double here. The 3 is $9.80, and then so the 3, 4, 6 are all basically about the same. It'll be interesting to see if one of them gets bet more in the win pool based on what the pick 3 says.
Yeah, well, the pick 3, the double and the pick 3. Well, the double, they're kind of. I mean, the double,
they're all the same.
$8.80, but the pick 3. 4 is dominant favorite at $60, and then you go to
the
6.
The three.
Oh, the 3 at $38. I didn't even notice that. That's right.
Yeah,
yes.
The 3 is the favorite.
Yeah.
In the pick 3, but they're all equal in the double, which is very interesting, right?
Yep.
We find the pick 3 money to be a little wiser, right?
Yeah, and then if they're really, really wrong, they'll pivot, and sometimes we can see that with the way the money's flowing around on the odds, and that'll give us an idea. I mean, sometimes it's hedging, but as they say, there's, if you don't want to do the work, you can just look at where the money flows around and let the heavy hitters do the work for you most of the time and just follow it.
Yeah. So based on this, what we're talking about here, in the double pool, the bettors were all basically the 3, 4, and the 6 are the same horse. They're all paying about the same. But in the pick 3, the 3 is a clear favorite over the other 2. So I believe the 3 will go off favored in the win pool. No surprise. Now let's take a look at the probables, because we have some decisions to make on how we're going to play this late double based on what we're alive to, what our sequence is going forward, and how much it's going to pay.
Like, I'm shocked. I mean, I'm actually shocked at the pay. Like, the $5 double I thought would be lighter than it is. Like, the $5 double right now, the 3 to the 5, who we all think will be another dominant chalk in this next leg, is $31. The 4 to the 5 is $44, and the 6 to the 5 is $50, and 8 is $105. But I think we all agree this seems to be a 3-horse race. Would you kind of agree with Frank? Like, we're trying to go out of our way again to find a crazy price when I think we don't need to, especially with the history. Like, this race, 70% of the time, favorite wins. 23 out of 24 times the winner was 5-1 or less. The other one was 6-1.
Yeah.
So where can we
agree.
get
So I basically wrote down, because I like to chart things out. 3, 4, 6 in this leg to the 1, 5, 6 in the next. Who are my picks? So I'm looking at the double probables right now, Ciaran. So the 3 in this leg to the 5 in the next is the current favorite combination. That $5 double is coming back $31.50. So I'm just going to write down 3-1 is 123, 3-5 is 31, and 3-6 is 78. 4-1 is 103, 4-5 is 40, and 4-6 is 74. And then 6-1, 135, 6-5, 44, and then 68 to the 6. Who are you alive to in the last? I think you're the same 3 horses as me.
I'm alive on the all turf. I'm alive to 156. Well, 516 in order.
Actually, I'm sorry, I phrased that incorrectly. Who are your horses in the last? It doesn't matter what you're alive to.
516 are the only. I'm just going with 516. And if
same as me. And then what about this leg? Who did you use in this leg? Doesn't matter what ticket.
6-3-4.
Yeah, we're on the same 3 horses.
And I reluctantly threw the 6 in just because, Hara is riding for Miller. But if you put a gun to my head, the last race, and you said, Ciaran, you can only pick 1 horse, I'd be like, absolutely the number 5, the Barrio Sadler horse. But I do like that one Euchre. So, most of my bets are keyed on 5-1. And even if you look at my pick 3s and my doubles, it's all about my doubles that I'm going to be doing out of this leg, Frank. I'm going to be doing, and I like the pays that you were telling me I was getting. My planned doubles were a $30 double, 4, the Lee Frey horse, 4 with 5-1 for $30. And you said it was paying 120. I'd have it like 6 times. I'm very happy with that. Then my backup doubles were 6-3 with the 5 was paying 30. And I think, what did you say that was paying? 6-3 with the 5?
6-5 is 44, 3-5 is 31.
And
the 5 is the lightest one.
Yeah, but even so, for a day like today, and I'll still have the all turf if that comes in, don't think I'll modify that bet either. And then my last bet is 6-3 with the 1. And I've got that at $10 double, 6-3 with 1.
Well, let's talk about this race because this MTN 8 Ice, nice to join us. Thank you for joining us. Because Dan H also mentioned this, looking for a horse to come off the pace in here. And he's also mentioning that number 8 horse, Howbeit, that we talked about. He is using our 6 Winds of Freedom, which we both like. So maybe we might have to do a DTL community, DTL crew bet, throwing the 8 in this race into our horses in the next, because that's the one that people keep talking about that maybe has the potential to beat us. We could also use that Win Ribbon horse as well, because those doubles have to be paying good. And you and I are alive a zillion times to the same horses. So I don't feel like we really need to come back and press those horses, based on that. So, I mean, or is that throwing money away?
I don't think we need to throw too much money away. And I mean, the way I see this, I think those 3 horses are going to go to the front, and some of those earlier dirt races, they weren't catching the horses on the dirt. They were just going and no one was coming up. So I don't think, maybe I'm wrong, I don't think a horse from off the pace is going to win this one, but it is horse racing and crazy stuff happens. I mean, if I was looking at these crazy long shots here, Frank, I'd be looking at one that makes absolutely 0 sense. Like this number, where is it? Number 7, No Stranger to the Rain, just because of the workout. A 46-second workout comes from Zia Park. It'd be the kind of horse absolutely no one would have, and it would probably blow up the tote board, if you know what I mean, and makes absolutely no sense. That'd be the kind of crazy I'd look at, not something that kind of makes sense, if that makes sense.
No, I agree with you, because I think you could make a case for Win Ribbon or How Be It. They're not like that far off the conversation. But, a horse like Bruto or No Stranger to the Rain, I don't think anybody's using those horses, right? So That's actually interesting. You want to try that as an exercise and just do a $5 double with the 2 longest shots on the board, which are the 7 and the 5. So 5-7 to 1-5-6 in the next. What do you think of that?
5-7. Well, if we're doing that, what we should toss in as well? We should toss in Win Ribbon. Oh, we did have we what do you say?
No, we weren't going to use Win Ribbon.
All right.
Well, your point was, if you're going to use a price horse, you're going to use one that nobody can make a case for.
True.
Win Ribbon is very logical. If the race falls apart, the 2 and the 8 have a big shot to win. I just don't think they're good enough.
And I mean, at least the 5 here has raced at this 10K level. You got this aggressive, he's lost his bug weight, but kind of an upgrade from the jockey he was on there before. I mean, not crazy at all. And sure. So you're thinking 7-5 with 1-5-6?
That's what I'm thinking. We don't have to do it right now. We still have time. But this is interesting. I think this is our honor code friend. The jockey on How Be It wants to ride full-time at Santa Anita. He won on my big ticket at 6. I don't know. That's actually really, really good information. Hungry jock, doesn't get a lot of mounts. Horse is not impossible. I mean, I don't like that the horse couldn't win for lesser, but if the race falls apart, which is what Dan was saying, which was what Nate Ice, I'm not sure, I'm butchering that, I bet, but same thing. If the race falls apart, at least this horse will be grinding away, right? So that horse absolutely makes sense. The problem is 5.5 furlongs, even when the race collapses, one of the speed horses typically hangs on to win by a thread, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's very interesting. The 7 could very well do early. Yeah, the 1's going to be up there. I mean, they're all going to be up there. I think of the horses who are going to get the best trip, it's the 6. He's just going to suck back, rate in 3rd or 4th, let all the speed go. And if there is a meltdown, I think the 6 really, really benefits. Okay, thank you. So your name is Paul. I appreciate you, Paul. Thank you for the information. Who do you like in the last, and what are you thinking about in terms of your double? Because here, Ciaran, he mentioned another interesting thing. The 6-1 was less than the 3-1 in the double.
Correct.
Okay. Actually, no, that does make sense because the 3 is favored. I think he might have that reversed, but anyway.
Well, it's right now. So right now, the 3-1 is 131. The 6-1 is 136. I mean, as we know, the money comes in and things kind of move back and forth. The 3 with the 5 right now, Frank, the chalk to the chalk is $34, and the 6 to the 5 is $50. the 4 to the 5 is 42. And I will actually say, for these kind of chalks, the way this is playing out, they're actually not bad. Because of, when I was kind of mapping out what I was going to do, I thought this might have been a day where this late double, we could see the will pays down at like 21, 22, 23 bucks,
Yeah. Are you happy with your amounts in the double? Or
I'm actually, I'm happy with the way I've spread it. And worst case scenario, I essentially get my bullet back. And worst case scenario, I get my bullet back, but I also hit whatever the chalky pick 3 is and whatever the all turf. Actually, we should look and see we should be able to tell now. Let me look and see what the will pays are on the all turf, Frank. Maybe that, oh no, might be up. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not.
Yeah, sometimes they do it after this race, though.
But then that's
I don't know what I want to do, Ciaran. I don't know if I should just sit on my pick 3s or I kind of feel like because I think the 5 is such a good. Well, I don't know. I'm mumbling. It's the end of a long weekend. I'm mumbling.
Hang on.
Danny said something interesting. The payouts.
No, this is
the payouts to the 1 and the next are really, really good. So maybe I'll just come back and play the value combos. Because you know what? If the 5 wins, I'm not going to play a $50 double 3, 4, 6 to the 5. I'm just not. I'll be happy with my pick 3 winnings and etc. and live to fight another day. Kind of same thing with I could play doubles with the
Frank.
1.
So we've got the will pays up. So maybe this will tweak things. So
yeah, tell me.
Yeah, 37.50 for the 5.
Yeah, it's no bueno.
Second choice is the 6. Not surprised at 63.50. The number 1, $99. So the 1 is pretty live. I tossed that Miller horse, so I know the 1 is not like the second choice, but I like seeing what it's actually paying, and I'm okay with that.
So can you put up your page again, because I'd like to see your doubles. I know you read them off, but I'd actually like to see them if that's okay.
So yeah, I spent $108 on the all turf, and I'm getting $37. Let me find this thing. But that was because the one that we hammered would have paid a lot more, but we didn't get out of that first leg in it.
Okay, 4 with 5-1. Yeah, the 1 would be great for you there.
That would pay for the weekend right there.
Then 6-3 with 5, and then 6-3 with 1. Yeah, I mean that's essentially how I would play it as well. Why don't we put a community ticket together? Let's do that.
Okay. We got 4 minutes, so get going.
Yeah. Do you want to do something? Do you want to do what we said? That weird one, 5-7 with 1-5-6.
Yeah, 5-7, 1-5-6.
In case something crazy happens here.
Yeah, and that will make it where our chalks will win. So yes, I'm okay with that. And if it doesn't actually come to fruition, then we've got something to cheer for in the last leg.
There you go.
All right, 7-5.
$30. Yeah, 5-7 with 1-5-6. Help us out here. What any fuzzy combinations people are playing? This is the kind of
notice
you have to look for value. Or
3 scratched in the next leg, so there's even less horses.
Yeah, that horse scratched this morning, Ciaran.
Yeah, I didn't.
You have to start looking at scratches before we do the show, please.
Well, I wasn't using it; I was tossing it. So I mean,
Well, yeah, but what if you were using it?
I would have looked a little closer. I would have said no bueno when I tried to do my bet. You cannot do it.
Okay, here we go. Does that look right there? 5-7 with 1-5-6.
Yep, that's it.
All right, I'm going to roll through some comments while we're waiting for these horses to come, because a lot of interesting comments about the last race. Let's go. John Allwell, what was Ripley thinking? Chris took a shot with the 4. Yeah, you tried to beat the favorite. No, nothing wrong with that, Chris. Thank you for joining us. Good luck the rest of the way. Yeah, well, Rispoli is getting some criticism for that ride, but I'm sure he had his reasons. Gives Mark a heart attack when he rides. Rispoli special. Thank Preakness. Yeah. Hey, but he gets the job done, man. He makes it exciting.
You cannot
not
use them. So I mean, it's just.
Wait, what'd you say? What?
You cannot not use them. You know what I mean? Because of that, you just can't be stubborn and say he's going to not ride, because then he's going to ride brilliantly on 2 horses that should never win. You know what
he's
I mean?
awesome. He just, he just makes things a little tricky sometimes, but he's really good. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, Dan said probables to the 1 and the last are good. Yes, they are. Yeah, this is the one that Paul's talking about. Euchre in the last, freshened since the maiden win, 5 works since. Yeah, that's a nice horse. I mean, I thought that debut race for Euchre was terrific. Right?
And I thought, and again, I thought the rails at 20 feet, how this horse races, I thought, if this horse is 1-2, we have a huge chance with that 1 in the next leg, as an upset special over the favorite.
Oh, the 1's going to go. Absolutely. And actually the scratch of the 3 helps the 1 a lot, because there's no speed in the race. There really is quality speed.
And it might be one of those races where even the favorite goes, yeah, no. But you got Barrios, who's on a heater, and he probably has looked at the race flow, and he's like, I'm not letting this dude get ahead of me. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, so
that's a jockey's race, like you said earlier. Like, it's going to be a jockey's race.
But, maybe that horse that horse doesn't want to be that close. You never know how the horse is going to react, right? Look, Escobedo at the rail, he is a very good underrated speed jockey. He does really good work with Ryan Hansen. Ryan Hansen is very good with young horses, wins a lot of sprint races. Yeah, the 1 has absolute upset potential. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make my official double play for the show. Frank, $10 double, 3-4-6 with the 1.
And Frank, that Escobedo for Hansen, I probably said it earlier, they've had 13 races. They've won 6 of them.
Yeah.
They've been in the money 7 of them. And when these 2 team up, when you bet your $2, you win $1.42. So that's a big ROI when these 2 guys heat up. And
all right.
They added racing.
Ciaran, I'm cutting you off. I'm sorry, but they're in the gate. Let's watch the race. Good luck, everybody. Let's get alive. They're off. All right, there you go.
As our good friend Tom says, easy game.
Yeah, I mean, basically a 3-horse race. The 4 proved the best. That was Lee and these low-level claimers, man.
No. And it's one of those things as there'll be a period of this year when he will not win on any of these horses doing this kind of thing, but when he gets hot, you ride him till he's not hot. Like right now, like yesterday, that horse won just like this one today, like won like it should have. And when he's doing that, you bet him. Simple as that.
Yeah, I think he was a little cold during the Del Mar Fall Meet because he had a really good summer. But, that's what we talked about. You talk about the cycles, the patterns, running out of your conditions, having to find new conditions, etc.
Yeah, and then putting horses in conditions they probably shouldn't have, but they qualify for it, and then that knocks them out. The next condition book, that sometimes they want a race, but it's not in the condition book, but they want the horse to get a race, so they'll.
So interestingly enough, it looks like the 4 went off favored.
Yeah, 2-1. Yeah, the money came in there late.
So I want to look at the pick 3 again. No, that horse was second choice in the pick 3 to the 3. So the money was wrong in the pick 3. It was right in the double. The 4 was favored in the double.
Yes, and that told us to pivot. They pivoted,
but only by $1. But the 3 was a decent favorite in the pick 3. That's very interesting. Usually the pick 3 money is a little more.
Well, you say it was only $1, Frank, but when you look at it percentage-wise, it was 20%. I mean, it's such low payouts. That's the way to look at it.
This is why Ciaran's on the show, because while I'm the word guy, he is the math guy. I mean, that 20% is significant. You're right. That's a great point, Ciaran. I'm like, oh, it's only $1, and you're like, well, actually,
it's way more than that. I mean,
yeah, you're right. No, that's an excellent point. That is an
and then we talked about it. If you were looking to hammer, like someone probably did this, people would have said, this is. I mean, let's see what it finally pays. But so the double here paid $880, and you had a 2-1, and in the last leg you had a 1-5, and you made $880. So what is that? You ended up getting for your $2 bet 3-1, 4-1 with those prices. Not too bad, on the parlay.
No, not bad at all. One last thing about that Mrs. Astor race. Larry said, Umberto said it was a tricky race, confident, but she was brave enough to get it done. He said, I had to work out a trip. He likes the keen horse. He likes the keen horse he is riding in. Oh, I don't understand that last comment, Ciaran, Larry, but thank you for the info. I love one thing about Rispoli, like he'll tell you, he's a great interview. He likes to communicate.
You know how you can tell he knows he had a bad ride or it was a bad ride? Other than the cursing in Italian, he just walks away and doesn't do the interview.
Well, he did the interview here. So.
I know he did the interview here, yeah, but if he didn't, he would I didn't.
All right, well, there you go. That puts a bow on the Mrs. Astor race.
All right, let's see what the will pays. You ready to see, Frank, where the money is? So the $5 double into the 5 is paying $39, Frank. Not too shabby. The 1 is paying $113.50. The 6 actually got some money. It's getting 6 is the second choice at $65, but it's 5, 6, 1. But based on the morning lines, that tells you the sneaky money came in on the 1. You know what I mean? But pick 3. The 5 is paying $29. The 6 is paying $44, and the 1 is paying $87. Pick 4. 5 is $58, 6 is $67, and the 1 is $115. So it's a battle between the 6 got more action than I thought it would have, Frank.
Well, I mean, second choice on the morning line. I'm not surprised on that. Maybe more than it should have based on how
we thought
the favorite the 5 was on paper.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that's what the shocking part of it is, how close they are.
Yeah, that's a good point.
This 5 would be.
Yeah, the 5 should be like a lot less, right?
I mean, maybe the word's out, but I mean, I know the horses it's got the 2 best boosts you could get: first time Lasix and gelded. But man, the workouts are just, everything's just.
Yeah, Peter. The other thing though, Peter Miller win. These are the races.
Oh, he's winning all over the. He's winning all over the country. When we were at Franklin, look at all the races he was winning for you there.
Oh, he finally acknowledges. That place that we actually did 6 shows on at that place. All right, very good, Ciaran. Thank you. But yeah, he is like the god of turf sprints. So yeah, that is interesting, Ciaran. I'm happy with the money the one took. I would say that.
No, that's the surprising one, and we sniffed it out. So we're still getting paid for our sniffing it out. If that makes.
So Ciaran, here you go. Everyone was complaining about short fields. What do you think the pools were today?
Probably way more. What you tell me? I don't know. I'm not going to guess.
All right. You think the double pool was over 100,000 or under?
I think it was over for the reasons we said. Where usually it would be under, but I think the chalks were so chalky that people came back to fill up on their profits by hitting it.
Okay.
Hitting it yet again.
104,000. I'd say that's pretty good based on the field sizes.
Oh, for a Monday for these kinds of fields,
Yep.
that, you know what I mean? Like people would have probably just said, "I'm not betting that." And when I first took a look at this card, I was like, "Yikes! 6 horses are the most horses." And then we had horses scratch out of it, but they've gotten paid. Even chalky fields, you can make money.
Yeah, and like we always do, we have full transparency on the show. We talk about the pool sizes, and we talk about whether or not pays more than the parlay. All right, pick 3 pool over 150,000 or under.
I would say over.
Yep, 166. I think that's really good, actually.
Yeah, the fact that so much money came in on that show money there, I think everyone was, those guys were betting a lot, no matter what. They probably hedged their bet as well doing that.
Okay, pick 4 pool over 250,000 or under.
Under. Oh no, over.
I even said over, but you're correct.
What was it?
236.
You know what it was last year?
I don't.
362.
Yeah.
What did you say the pick 3 was, Frank? How much?
Yeah, I'm going to guess the numbers last year were better because they probably had bigger field sizes. But last year's $3 pick 3. This year was 166.
Well, 175. That's not bad for a 6-field horse. You know what I mean? And remember, what Santa Anita had going for them last year was the rain out the week before. So then this was like the weekend of everyone coming back and a holiday weekend.
Yeah. No, I mean, I would expect these numbers to be worse than, not worse, but less, just because of the field sizes. And the double was 104.
Double was 104. It's 97 last year. So up on the double again.
We beat the double. Nice. Okay, pick 5 over or under 350.
Ooh, I'm gonna say under again.
Dude, you're like the pool. You're like the Nostradamus of pool predictions. 308. I'm setting good lines, I think.
Yeah.
308.
And you know what the pick 5 last year was 578.
Wow, that's a big difference. Well, what
was the all turf? Oh, actually, but I'm asking you what the all turf is, and I'm the one who can look and see. Hang on.
Yeah, because I have to go to a different screen for that. But we should look at the will pays on that. Oh, yeah, I think you did already.
The all turf. It doesn't come up till after the race, unfortunately. I mean, I don't get why they just don't show it.
Ciaran, don't get me started. Anything this industry does, none of it makes sense at all. Let me look at the comments real quick, and then I want to write down all the horses we're alive to and what those payouts are to see if there's anything else we need to do since we are a gambling show. David Nemeth, did you see there's a super high 5 carryover? 20,000 slash 7 off of 500. I can't imagine they're doing a super high 5 in this race. I'd be shocked.
No, they do have it in this race, I think.
Okay,
right?
I was just going to say, but I don't know anything about that wager. I know there are some people who like it and are good at it, and with that carryover, you can make money. My brain does not work that way. I have a hard enough time picking a winner.
Yeah.
Then the second place horse. You asking me to pick 5 deep? No way, man.
Especially when there's 5 horses. You know what I mean?
That's funny. So they are taking that.
Well, they probably.
We might have to play it, Ciaran. Single the one on top, right? Go
I've
one.
tried it
all.
I've tried it with a giant carryover one time, and the horse I put in first place went in second, and the horse I put in second was in third. And I was like, and I had multiple tickets all over the way, so I was like, yeah, no more.
Yeah, my ticket construction in that bet would be horrendous. I'd get an F, but there is a carryover. We could play single the one, then go 5-6, 5-6, all. I don't know what that would cost. I'm assuming it's $1 bet.
Yes, it's $1 bet. So 5 or 1 in first place with 5-6 with 5-6 with all is $4. Huh.
Oh, well, there you go. We have to play that.
$4. That's interesting. That's all it is. Am I missing? I must be missing something here.
No, 1 by 2 by 1. 1 times 2 times 1 times how many? 2 times 1.
Yeah,
right?
like if we did 1 and 5 across the board, like 1 or 5 can finish first, or you know what I mean, second, third, fourth, and then 6 with all. It's $8 only. I don't know. We should just do it your one. We want the one to win.
Hold on. What are you saying?
I'm saying if we did 1 and 5 and first, 1, 5 and 6 and second, 1, 5 and 6 and third.
Yep.
All. It's an $8 ticket.
Yeah. How about this? 1, 5 in first, 1, 5, 6 in second, then all. See what that is.
All. That's $24.
Let's do that because you don't want the top 3 in first, second, and third, right?
Correct.
So let's hope we get Euchre wins, the Mulholland Drive finishes second, and then long shot, and Ventry Stand is off the board.
Oh, you don't want Ventry Stand at all. Ventry's the
No,
5.
no. I want Ventry Stand. Yeah.
So
I'm sorry. 1, 5. Yeah.
So the way I have it right now, it would be 1, 5 in first.
Okay.
1, 5, 6 in second.
Yep.
All.
Yeah. What does that cost?
$24.
Yeah, let's do it.
I mean, everyone's looking at this. I'm liking what we're seeing, Frank. Euchre is taking some money. Euchre's down to 7-2 now.
Yeah, that's the more we talked about the horse, the more
the race flow. This jockey yesterday made us go home crying. You know what I mean? Now he's going to pay us back today. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, I think the significant upgrade to Euchre is because the 3 scratched, right? Peter Miller had that horse in the race. That's a speed horse, right? That was the only horse that was going to challenge Euchre. Look at everybody else. I mean, the 4 is not fast enough to keep up. Ventry Stands comes from a million miles back. But Mulholland Drive is coming out of a mile dirt race.
But the thing we also got to realize too, when a trainer's got 2 horses in and he scratches one that you think is going to be the lower price one, you really look at the other one. That's why I'm going to lose money on the 6, I think, on my bets. Do I have?
Well, that's what I want to do now. I want to write down every bet we're alive to, so we figure out if we maybe come back with win money or exactas. So thank you, Paul. Here are the will pays in the all turf, so we don't even have to look them up because these are the 3 that we both have. So the 1 is 99, the 5 is 37, and the 6 is 63. So we're both alive to that in various. We probably have it. No, we don't have it a couple of times. But anyway, tell me what the pick 3, the late pick 3 is, because we have the same horses.
The late pick 3 right now. Will pays.
What are the pays there? To the 1.
Pick 3 on the 1 is $87.
Okay. To the 5.
29.
29, and to the 6.
44.
44.
And I think I just have it once.
And then, Ciaran, let's just do the doubles. Just read me the double pays, and then we'll see how many times we have them. Doubles to the 1.
113.
That's really good. Doubles to the 5.
39. That's not bad. You know what I mean?
And then to the 6.
65.
So at the very least, 37 plus 29 plus 39. So that's what, 40, 70. It's over $100 if the 5 wins. Now you can go back and see how many times you have it, because I know you have the double multiple times. I think the pick 3s that we paid multiple times got whacked because we were backup won the first leg, but
correct. I'm alive on an 18. Actually, I'm alive on a $3 pick 3 into 516. So that pays what, $30 or something like that?
Yep, $30.
I'm alive.
87 to the 1.
I'm alive on an $18 pick 3 with the 5-1.
That's the late pick 3?
Yeah.
So that's what, you have it 6 times?
6 times, yes.
So 6 times 29 and 6 times 87.
Not too bad.
No. Okay. What about your double?
The double, I'm alive, $30 double into the 5-1.
So again, 6 times? 6 times 39 and 6 times 113.
Yep.
Turning chicken bleep into chicken salad.
Yeah, and then the all turf Frank, I'm alive to 516. So for
$30, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter though. I mean, like you got.
Yeah. I've got some action, and if it chalks out, I'll get a little bit of cheddar back.
So here's my all turf. I'm alive once. Yeah, I'm only alive once to the 5. Like I don't even want that. Then this here. I have 3 times to the 5, the late pick 3. Okay, 4, 6, 3, 6, 1. I have it once with the 6 and the 1. Okay, yeah. So you're in a way better shape than I am. And then I'm doing this 3, 4, 6 to the 1. So I need the 1 to win for me to have, a nice little winning day. And if the 1 wins, you have a very good day because you bet it correctly. You whacked it. So in order of rooting interest, Ciaran, we want 165.
Yes.
And look at this.
Actually, I want
3 to 1 now.
I want 156. I've got a $30 double into the 5. The 6, I'll make more money on the. I'll make more money on the double because the pick 3 is only going to pay me like $37.
156 is the rooting interest.
And then we've got our
what? And tell us how many times.
And then we've got our super high 5 for $24. Right? I'm going to send that one.
All right. Thank you, Paul, for that information. I love it. Yeah, Dan, we did play the super high 5. It'd be rude not to, right? I mean, we're doing a show. It'd be rude not to. Richard De Silva, thank you for joining us. 6 Aramia Regalo. Is that King Aramia? Is that what that means? A Royal Aramia? I love it. Good luck, man. Thank you for joining us. Ciaran, you want to look at some tries? We'll at least look at probables with the tool, right? ExpressBet has a really cool trifecta probable tool that everybody should be using, even if you don't play, because that will allow you to at least see if there's sneaky money on certain horses that you hadn't considered. So what are you thinking, Ciaran? Anything? Or are you just like counting your money already?
I'm just thinking, let's just get out of the weekend, but we are degenerate, so let's see what 156 pays. That'll tell us what at least a moderate pay would be. What's 156?
I know what Ciaran's doing. He's probably trying to cue this thing up. No, not that one.
Which one?
This one.
No.
Hey, where's the one of me crying?
No, I was going to get the hair. It's right here. No, you know what I actually got? After yesterday's one, I forgot to play this one earlier. This was after our loss yesterday. This was today's one. So we can fire away now, Frank. We've reloaded.
Where's the one of me crying, though? Because it's going to happen today. I'm going to win and lose.
I just lost everything. I'm broke.
Oh, don't worry, pal. I got it covered.
I'll tell you right now, that AI, pretty good copy of my voice. I don't know where they got that from. That's pretty good. Pretty.
But this is the one we're hoping for right here, Frank.
Yeah.
Number one. You can do it.
You can do it. Yeah, if the one wins, I'll make like a tiny little bit of money, which is nice. If the one wins, you'll make, I mean, what, close to 500, right? Something pretty good.
So, Frank, well,
thanks, Jeff.
Not much more we can handicap here. What I was going to say. So, our plan is next show. We're thinking I'm going to head up to Santa Anita this upcoming weekend. So, we're thinking about maybe doing a Saturday show as well, Friday and Saturday. What are your thoughts? Which bets should we look at for Saturday?
Yeah, it's Pegasus Day. It's a big day. Gulfstream Park is the Stronach sister track to Santa Anita. It's going to be great racing. We will look at the wagering menus. We will see if there's anything low takeout on there. If not, we have the Sunset 6 to maybe think about, the Coast to Coast to maybe think about, obviously the Santa Anita doubles and whatnot. I don't know. We'll have to do a little bit of research. You're going to be there Friday and Saturday, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm thinking we'll do Friday, Saturday. Maybe we take off Sunday next week. I don't know. We'll see. We can play it by ear, though. But I'm thinking I'm up there. We may as well see if I can sneak into the Double Trouble Lounge.
Oh, they should rename that the Double Trouble. Oh, the only problem is I really do like that they call it the 100 to 1 because that's in honor of the bar that used to be where Le Meridian is now for a long time. And they actually have the original 100 to 1 sign there. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay at that new Hilton with the rooftop bar and see what that looks like. So that's the plan, at least.
Coast to Coast, pick 5 on Pegasus Day.
Oh, 15%.
Yeah. Well, we'll consider it for sure. But as for Sunday, Ciaran, like I don't know, Sunday's our flagship show.
Yeah, maybe we'll just
do a show on Sunday. You can do it from the rooftop bar. Yeah, this is a little funny right here. So Jeff goes, "Do you guys like disco time?" And then Dan H goes, "Frank is a disco guy." I wonder why. He is the greatest dancer. I do have a little disco in me. I'll be honest. Not gonna lie.
Oh, did I play the Low-Takeout song that we have? No, I did. I did play it, right? I can't remember.
You played it. You know what? For next show, you have to do a disco version of those. Can you like give different genres and do like reggaeton from when we do New York shows and stuff?
I can do it right now. Disco.
Ciaran, if it were up to me, I would rather not do a Saturday show and do a Sunday show if we could only do one of them. Because I feel like Sunday, this is our.
No, we can do all three. I don't care. We can do all three. I'm just saying I'm up there. Maybe we should take advantage of us being on track at least for something.
Ciaran just wants to show off. He wants to show off at all the exclusive places that he gets to hang out at, where regular folks like me aren't allowed access. LD, Larry Balnikoff is running on Pegasus Day. I thought there was an ownership change, though. Does LRF still have Balnikoff? I thought I read something about that.
I thought they sold it.
Yeah, that's what I thought, too. Or do you still have a piece, Larry? Let us know. I mean, here's the thing about Disco Time and all those other horses. Frank only knows if he likes a horse after he handicaps the race and the post positions are drawn. I'm not a guy. You ask me now who my Derby horse is.
I'm exactly the same as you, Frank. People ask me, who's your Derby horse? I'm like, I'll tell you the week of when I see who's in and what the post draw is and what the weather is like. I'm not picking a horse 6 months down the road and no.
And here's the thing. Like I only have enough bandwidth, enough mental energy for the horses. I'm not going to waste it now on a race that's 3 weeks from now, or even a week from now. I mean, I got to look at the people. I'm not saying that to be a jerk, and I apologize if it sounds that way. That's just not how my brain works. And also, it doesn't interest me really because I don't want to get all hyped up on a horse who might not even end up in a race, you know. So I know Disco Time is in the race, and I will handicap appropriately. Ciaran, Dan H wants to know. I think Dan H is teasing us a lot today because he knows the answer to this question. Does Ciaran get free drinks or just free soft drinks? Ciaran has never drank a soft drink in his life.
What's mixed with the soft drink?
Yeah, the soft drink is a mixer.
I'm doing this one today, Frank. I figured we'd get some other luck too. We got
raise it up, the Blantons.
Yeah, so we get another one, another one almost done, so I can add it to the collection.
Okay, LD says Balnikov sold to an LF partner. Well, okay, all right, well.
Oh, I thought they were actually going to retire that horse, so they're racing it again. That's interesting.
Yeah, he's running on Pegasus Day.
I thought they were going to retire the horse, is what I had heard. So interesting. I did know that whoever bought it, they were very happy because they're like, that's been a big fan of the horse for a long time. So they're like, went to a great home.
Well, yeah, that's what he said. He said the wife loves the horse. See, Ciaran tunes out when I talk about the audience stuff. But listen, he says they bought the horse because his wife is in love with Balnikov. That's exactly it. All right. Dan H. Future on Miami tonight. Oh, yeah, tonight. Is tonight the game? Wow. All right. Thanks for reminding me. I was ready to just end the show and go to bed.
1 minute.
Gonna have to watch the game. Well, good luck. You must have gotten a really good price on Miami. When did you bet Miami? Good for you, Dan H. Terry Blanton's is a sponsor. Yes. Yes, Larry. At the end of the day, love wins out. And after all, isn't that the most important thing? Oh, my goodness. All right, what do we got here? I love the DTL crew. They actually understand us and get our sense of humor, and they come right back and give it right back to us. It's amazing. Thank you guys for watching. Trying to think. What is the big? Oh, it's the big turf race is the Turf Invitational. So I'm assuming Balnikov is running in that race.
It's probably one of the last 3 races, I would assume.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that $1 million race or something like that. I mean, why not take a shot? You never know. That horse is a paycheck horse, always around the line somewhere.
So here's the thing, Dan, to just qualify real quick because they're getting to the gate. Yes, Ciaran does get free drinks, but he also buys other people a lot of drinks if it's not at a free bar. So not only does he get some gratitude, but he gives more than he gets. Ciaran is one of the most generous people I've ever met. You know I'm saying that from the bottom of my heart because I like to make fun of him. So he gives more than he gets, but at least he gets a little back. They're off. Good luck, everybody.
All right.
Oh, I didn't mute my thing, so sorry for all the noises in the background. But hey, whoop! Get out, get up, get paid. That's how we do. That's very nice. Good job, Ciaran.
We turn chalk into money. Chalk into cash, cash, cash. That's how it's supposed to be.
Lemons into lemonade, my friend.
Yeah, a lot of people would have looked at the card today and went, "Yeah, I'm not going to waste my time with that."
No,
And
a lot of people did do that. Cost them
You-
money, man. They watch the show. They're cleaning up.
and we said, like each leg, we were kind of trying to do bets but each time we said we're just picking something because we're on the show. But this is a favorite where, yeah, don't toss. Like you got to press, man. If we just gotten out of that first leg, Frank, we really would have got paid.
I know. We were pressed hard. But again, that shows you the value of the ticket structure, right, Ciaran?
Multiple times and hammering the ones that you like, but giving yourself chances. Like if you're betting $5, for example, on the double into the chalk and it's paying $20, you got to do it more. You do that $5 on a long shot that could upset your ticket and then kind of structure it. And what I do when I put mine together, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have $150 budget. If the chalk wins and I think the chalk's going to pay, let's say $29, let's say $30. How many times do I have to have it to get my bankroll back? And then how many times do I need to put a price horse in there to make even more money? And sometimes it's only $5, especially if you're right, which is the beauty of it.
We needed the one to get second for our high five.
He didn't, did he? Oh.
No, we went 1-5, 1-5, 1-5-6, right?
Yeah.
No, wait. We went 1-5, 1-5-6. All. What did we do? I think we might have it.
No, we have it. We went 1-5-6, 1-5-6. Oh, we went 1-5, 1-5-6, all. So we have it.
It came first choice, second choice, third choice, fourth choice, fifth choice.
Yeah. So we made the chalk win by doing that, Frank. So you know what's going to happen? The super high five is going to pay $3.
Yeah, we're gonna owe them money. We're gonna get a knock on the door. Hey, you owe us $300 for that pick five.
Well, it was like when we did our show.
All you had to do was do a $1 5 with 6 with 1 with 2 with 4. Just bet them in order the odds for $1 and you would win.
Hey, we're doing our job for Santa Anita. We're juicing the pools.
Jerry, nice show, guys. Thanks for watching, Jerry, and all your support as well. We really appreciate everything you do for us. Congrats on Coduello. That horse won big the other day. That's Flawless Racing, Jerry and his partners. Also a brand of the bartending fame. No, believe it or not, Texas Terry does not do our memes. She is responsible for so many other things, but Ciaran and we do all
go
of
back
our
and
memes
forth
together. Because you know what? Terry's too nice. She would be doing nice memes. Our memes attack each other and make fun of each other. Terry doesn't have a mean bone in her body. But thank you for watching, Jerry. We really, really appreciate it. I'm assuming a lot of...
Well, that's what I had that one ready if we didn't, hit today after yesterday. But that was not the case. No, our ATM run paid off, Frank.
Well, you beat me again today. We both cashed, thank goodness. Great show. Turning lemons into lemonade. Play the broke one again. That one really cracks me up. Because I did actually owe you money the other day.
Where is the broke one?
When I told the counterfeit bill story, remember?
Oh, yes. This was us. Yesterday, this was us. So we could come back and fire today.
You know what? You know why I didn't do as good as I should have done? Forgot to put on my lucky cowboy hat.
Well, I wore my tallest Irish leprechaun.
I know, but I had the whole cowboy showdown theme. Get out, get up, get paid. David, thank you for your contributions. We'll look into all the social media, YouTube stuff. We're doing this ourselves. So if anybody has any ideas on, what the stream should look like and all that stuff, please let us know. Here's Terry. Yeah, she's being modest. Gentle editing suggestions.
Also, Frank, we made some money on the super high five, Frank. We bet $24 and it paid $18.10.
No, we lost.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. We bet $24 and we won $18.10. Yep.
But here's the thing: if we had gotten if you get a rebate, that's a winner.
Yes.
almost the winner if you're getting a rebate. Yeah, probably 1 to 3. Yeah, good for Ciaran. Yeah,
So
I mean, Ciaran didn't break the bank, but he made the most out of
so
not a great situation.
Yeah, I'm looking through the will pay. So the pick 3 paid me $174. Then I had another time paid me $29, but at least one of the secondary tickets that I had a shot on winning money. So it was $174, $29. The double paid $234, which is not bad for that kind of action. I'll take it.
Yeah, we'll roll. Yeah, we'll roll through the pays in a second. So wait a second. I want to see what. First of all, Nando, thank you. We're glad you stumbled upon our show, and we appreciate all your support and contributions. $2 bet. The high five paid $1.90. So how do we get back at 1860? Is that right, Ciaran? Are you looking at your ADW?
$1 super high five. 56124 paid $18.10.
And that's for $1, right?
Correct.
I think maybe there's a typo there somewhere, or I'm missing something. But anyway, Nando, thank you for joining us. Froggy Mushroom, one of the OGs of the DTL crew, been with us from the beginning. Straight out of Little Rock, Arkansas, if my memory serves me correctly. Thanks, guys. Another great show. Thank you.
I will say,
shout out to Holy Cross. Thanks, guys, for the entertainment. Always allowed.
The Miller horse ran good, so the Miller
Which
is
horse?
again that six that ran second. I mean, Miller's horses are firing. He's not a toss like he was at Del Mar. Like some of these trainers are really heating up right now.
Well, I mean, he's not been doing great for Peter Miller, but if you're going to use him in a sprint, use him in a turf sprint. That's when he wins. He's 1 for 11, 9%. I mean, those are not good Miller numbers, but turf sprints, he absolutely owns. Frank Lawn's been off for a couple of weeks, so we know he was winning there right before the break. He won a bunch of times. They started up pretty soon. But, we're having too much fun here. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, and
thank you. Love the show. Nothing like making money at the end of the day. Look at that, Ciaran. The get-out bets of the weekend.
Absolutely.
Everybody who took a punishing yesterday with the NFL gets to come back with the DTL crew. Get out, get up, get paid. All right, should we do our usual exercise, parlays, pools, all that fun
We got to
stuff?
prove to everyone that the parlays are where the money is.
Although maybe not. I don't know. We'll be very curious today with the short fields. This will be an exercise to see how much the short fields actually impact.
Well, let's start with the all turf. How about that, Frank?
You tell me whatever you want to do. Let me just
all turf, $9.
Wait. Hold on. I got to get to the. I got to get to my virtual assistant. Give me 1 second. I could do it. I usually do it on the calculator after this, but it's faster doing it this way. All right, calculate a $3 win parlay. I actually had to teach Grok how to do it because I asked Grok last night just for fun, and Grok had no idea. But now Grok knows. So if you ever put this in Grok, you thank me for adaptive learning. All right, horses that paid. All turf pick 3. Go ahead.
$9.
Yeah.
$260.
Really? That Ellis horse paid $9. That's a good price. Okay.
And $4.
Okay. $35.10.
And it paid $37, but
not great, but more.
I mean, that was the slight, but I mean, that is as chalky as you would ever see on that bet. Would you agree?
Yeah, and short fields. I mean,
yes. I mean, they were 5-horse fields. Started with more. I mean, we got to wonder if it got in that leg. We had no scratch in the first leg. a scratch in the second leg and a scratch in the last leg, which might have diluted the pays a little bit.
Well, yeah, that's true, right? If you had those horses in the early bird, you got the favorite or whatever. But here's the thing, Ciaran. If you have it 100 times, that extra $2 is significant.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
It's an extra $200 to your pay.
And this was a day like we saw a big show jumper show up on Miss Astor, and that paid $40,000. Oh no, actually it ended up. I'm looking right now, Frank, in that race. They bet $60,000 to win on Miss Astor, $52,000 to show.
Wow!
But they got 10 cents. They got the rebate back. They got their 10
no,
cents.
No, it didn't pay $210.
A rebate on top of it.
Wait, what? It paid $220.
It paid. Oh no, it paid $210.
5 cents on a dollar.
5 cents back.
Yeah, 5 cents. Still, that's amazing. Go to the bank and ask them for a 5 cent return in 2 minutes.
No, they'll tell you we don't have coins anymore, sir. Or the casinos, they go, yeah, we don't spit out the coin. You go to the cashier that's got 400 people in line to cash out your 20-cent ticket.
Yeah, unbelievable. All right, so let's do the pick three. Calculated $3 win parlay. I think Mrs. Astor started it, right? So that was what?
Yes, 260.
Okay, then the Lee horse.
680.
And then Ventry.
$4.
$26.52.
$29.10. That's the low takeout difference right there.
Again, that's for $3. If you have that 100 times, that $3 makes a massive difference.
Low takeout.
And then the double. Calculated $5 win parlay. Horses that paid $680 and $4.
Correct.
$34.
Paid $39. I mean, what? 10, 15%? $5 difference.
Extra $5 for every ticket you cash. That's pretty good.
Since we started doing this show in July, we have not seen one of these low takeout bets pay less than the win parlay, which should tell you everything. Yeah. Today, I think, was the lowest, and you still made the takeout, which is the beauty of it.
And if you happen to be in a state or using a platform that gives you decent rebates, you did even better.
Yeah. In California.
Unfortunately, we live in California where we don't get anything.
Yeah. We get, what do we get here? Nothing.
All right. I'm going to roll through only a couple more comments. Ciaran, we got Dan H. Dan, can't thank you enough for sticking with the show and participating. You got to give Nick a little bit of a nudge. We need Nick back, at least for a little bit. Get one drink for free, buy one for Terry, Frank, and me. There you go. I love it. And then thank you, Dan H. from Texas, Terry. Usual show on Friday, or you want to do Saturday, Sunday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday? I guess to be determined, huh?
I say we definitely do. We're doing Friday and Sunday, and I'm going to be up there, so I'm sure we're going to look at it. I say we just do Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Why not?
All right. Well, we'll look at the Pegasus schedule. We'll see what's going on. It might be too crazy, but maybe we'll do something. We'll figure it out. Ciaran, congratulations. You're on fire, man.
Went back to the grass. That's what it is. I'm the Irish guy needs grass. The dirt? Yeah, no dirt.
All right. Well, everybody hit, so we're all in good shape. Ciaran hit a little more than everybody else, at least when it comes to co-hosts. Final words?
Hey, we got out of the weekend. We got whiffed yesterday, but we started the weekend off strong and we ended strong. So that's what it's all about.
There you go.
On a day like today, with a chalk fest, we still made some money.
Lemons into lemonade. Double Trouble Live. Thank you for joining us, everyone. DTL Crew, new listeners, our friends in Chile and Venezuela. Amigos. And I'm going to start saying this as our sign-off, Ciaran. Low takeout wagers, Santa Anita Park. Double Trouble Live. Get out, get up, get paid.
Oh yeah!
We did it!
Unbelievable.